We're here, guys.
Hey, what's up,
Hello,
everybody?
Razaf. Good to see you.
Good evening.
Got Gary popped in already.
Good old Gary.
I'm sure more will pop in as the stream keeps going, so we'll just start chatting. And so, I'm John, the Super Awesome Geek Show, and we're here with Sean from Sean Solo8.
Yeah.
Sean, first off, the name. Where'd you come up with Sean Solo8?
Because I wasn't planning on having a YouTube channel. I just figured, hey, I'll do it Sean Solo, first thing off the top of my head. No, actually, it was Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I used to play that game all day.
Yeah.
And my name on that game was Sean Solo8. So, and it came from Fidgski8, which used to be my Twitter handle. And that's my PSN is Fidgski8. So I just did Sean Solo8 on the game. And I quit that game probably about a year ago because it was just too much time, with the, I can't remember what it was, but there's more than just raids. They became some territory wars and all that stuff. Got a little out of control, but that's how I got Sean Solo8.
Mark, how you doing?
What's up, Mark?
And my brother, Mark.
Hey, brother, Mark.
And Brandon's here, and Jonathan.
Hey, Mr. Redmond.
Nice T-shirt.
Yeah. This was a gift.
Yeah,
this was a gift from a friend of mine.
So we'll see if usual Mike said he'd either join tonight or, well, for him it's the morning, either today or next Monday. And then he wrote me and said he'd probably do the 23rd. So I'm hoping usual Mike pops in at some point because I thought he was, but we'll see. So we might have a second guest popping in a little while. But Sean, we can just kind of, hey Gavin, we can just kind of get this rolling here. Mm-hmm. What I like to find out about people is I really enjoy talking toys, and I know Sean, you and I have a lot in common with the Marvel and the Masters of the Universe, Star Wars. I mean, we seem to like a lot of the same things.
Voltron,
yeah. I kind of want to know, what was it like growing up for you? What was some of your first toys? Do you remember as a child something really fondly that sticks out,
Yeah, and it is that the Palatoy Death Star, because it was when my dad, he adopted 4 of us kids, and my 2 older brothers, they were playing with the big G.I. Joe dolls at the time, and Star Wars had just hit theaters, and they were getting the toys, and they also had the big Palatoy Death Star. And I used to remember sitting in the hallway, and they would get so mad at me for playing with it because it's so easily breakable. And
Gotcha.
Here I am, 5 years old, and them yelling at me, telling me I can't play with it, and I would cry and throw a fit. And in the end, I always got my way. And we also had the remote control R2-D2. I've seen that on a few videos, either on your channel or maybe it was Mark's on Blue Harvest. But we had one of those, but it was mostly toys for my brothers. My first toy that I can remember was actually Farm Boy Luke Skywalker, because I vividly remember because I snuck him into school and I put him inside my pencil box, and the teacher took it away. And then the next day I brought him again, and she called my mom and said, I couldn't have it back until she came and collected it. And I remember just bawling my eyes out. I was a big baby as a kid.
Wow. Well, I can't believe they took it away from you. Were you playing with it in class? Or
yes, that's the problem.
Yeah.
And he was just crazy. My security. I've always needed some sort of security. I had a teddy bear, a favorite teddy bear. And Luke was just with me going to school. And that's the way it was. What's up, Scuba Pete?
Yeah, hey, Scuba. Shabby's here.
Oh, yeah. Mark and Shabby Geek.
So, that's pretty cool, Luke. Do you remember? Did you get all of them as a kid? All the Star Wars? Or
yes,
was it just
we did.
Few?
Because basically, we only got stuff at Christmas and on our birthdays. So at Christmas, my mom would have a massive box just filled with figures, and she would hand them out between me and my brothers, and that's how we handled that. So we all shared collectively.
Gotcha. Did she give them to you in the packages, or did she already have them open?
Packages?
Yeah, so you guys got to rip them open and smell that fresh Kenner smell.
What's cool is we lived in England, but we lived on the military base, so we had a good variety. That's why I know we probably had Palatoy and Kenner. You know, I'm not
Gotcha.
sure
Yeah.
which all of it was, but it was awesome.
So, where were you born then?
England. Yep.
Okay.
And I didn't
Okay.
come to the States until I was 7 years old. I went to Montana. And then from Montana, I came back to England again. And then later on in my 20s, I came back to the States again.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I can hear a slight accent, but it's not as pronounced as some of the other guys, you know?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brothers, they still have their accent, but I just don't. Because of from the age of 7 to 11, you know, I was in Montana going to American schools, and that pretty much wiped it out for me.
A little bit of that Montana in you, yeah. So let's see. I think Gary's got a thing here. He says, Sean, that card back on the Kingpin is massive.
Oh, yeah.
Such a cool figure. I was blown away packing up the item. Yeah.
Yeah, he was saying how he was going to pick it up because he's seen it in my little diorama video that I did. And it is a great figure. I'm sure you're going to love it. And that card back is massive.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, it adds to the coolness of that figure, I think. Mm-hmm. I'm blown away by how cool that how cool he looks with that packaging. I mean, it's just brilliant, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, Chippo. Did you get all the retro throwbacks or not for Marvel?
Only Spidey. Yep, just Spidey.
Okay, like Spider-Man and Kingpin, or you mean the whole Spider-Man collection?
Oh, no, the Marvel Legends retro. Yeah, I know. I got them all. So
okay, yeah.
I haven't opened a lot of them. It's just, you know, you get to a point where you have so many figures that you don't know who to open.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, I've got a stack right here that I actually broke down, Sean, because this was because of you guys. I got him.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't have that one. I do want to get him, but you know, that's expensive. If he ever goes on sale, I'll definitely pick him up.
Yeah, I think it was a Big Bad Toy Store thing, and and then I got this guy because he was $10. He's a $10 on Amazon now. They marked him down.
Yeah, seen him too.
I just said, you know, since there was a bunch of them, like Living Laser was $10.
Oh yeah.
So I got a couple of guys that Nate Gray, also from
my exciting one that I got a lot last week, but is this Voltron from Super 7?
Oh, cool!
Just so sweet. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen it.
I don't think I have.
Live stream, but this sucker, it comes in a beautiful bag, and it's all shiny.
Yeah.
And the back is just sweet, and then when you open it, you know, it's pretty.
Oh my
epic,
gosh!
man.
Oh my gosh!
I know you would appreciate that. You know.
Yes, I definitely. Oh, now I want to get it.
Yeah, it's $44 on Big Bad Toy Store.
Wow! Oh my gosh! Holy cow!
But I hear about toys all over the floor. That's like, I look on this side, I have like 30 figures and boxes, and on this side I do. So.
Yeah, I've got a stack of Marvel over here, and there's 3 Transformers over there, and a pile of random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and these shelves aren't even organized like yours. I mean, they're literally just shoved in there. I'm still waiting for time to redo my LED lights and all that stuff.
I like the blue. I always have. I think Scuba's got some blue, and it looks really cool.
Yeah, I loved his room. I seen some pictures of his Ewok village, and man, he had the LEDs going on in there, and yeah, it looked great. Yep, gorgeous. These guys, Voltron.
Yeah, they love the Voltron. Shiny.
Yeah.
Nice.
But that was one of my first like big love toys is Voltron.
Yeah, it's I gotta look here a second here. So guys, you gotta help me out here. Was it on did I have to go to YouTube to make a moderator? Is that how that worked?
What I do, yeah, and then you just click on their comments with the little dots, and you can make them a moderator right there.
Oh, there we go. Add moderator. Look at that. Okay. Because I told Brandon and Mark and them I'd get them moderator status when I figured this out, so that they could start posting our channels and stuff. There we go. So, yeah, so there should be a couple moderators now. Some of you guys have now been upgraded to tools.
Yeah.
And should collecting's here. Where did I miss collecting? Oh, there he is. Hey, collecting.
Hey, look who it is. It's time to rock.
We're gonna rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, were you into all that music?
Yeah, I was big time. My favorite band was Motley Crue. My buddy's band was Rat, and he was my main Star Wars friend because he had them on a Laserdisc where you would stick it in and you had to like flip it over halfway. Yeah, and we used to always watch Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Clash of the Titans all the time.
But for the longest time, though, that was the only way to watch the original. Like after the re-edits came out, you know what I mean, in the 90s there, when you redid them. Yeah. Those laser discs were the only way to kind of watch it in sort of a high def, like a better quality than your old VHS tapes for a while. That was the only way to see it. Yeah. Vader's girl, how you doing? Left Coast.
Hey, what's up?
Cool. What's shaking? Collect them all. She says, hey, guys. Prefer a wrench. I gave Mark a wrench. You should have a wrench, Mark. Mark, Shabby, and Brandon should all have a wrench.
Okay, well, aren't they spanners where he's from? What's the difference between a spanner and a wrench? Ask him. See if they know. Because I think they're only called wrenches in the States. And
are they spanners over there? Is that what it is?
Well, something's called a spanner. I remember they used to always say, hand me a spanner.
Let me just double check here. So he's a moderator. He's a moderator. Yeah, they're all moderators now, so they should have spanners. Brandon, Mark, Shabby, and Blue Harvest Mark should all be spanners now. A wrench is adjustable. Proper English is a spanner.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Look, everybody's listening. How good is that?
Yeah. So, Sean, do you have a preference? Do you favor one toy line over another?
Absolutely do. Yeah, I would say probably the Black Series, but my heart is with the vintage collection only because, growing up with that size scale and the ships that go with it. But yeah, Black Series is my favorite.
Black Series, okay.
Because Legends, I can pick and choose. I don't have to buy full waves. I
got what you're saying. Yeah, there's a lot in Legends that because I pretty much for my Marvel Legends go for the comic book or the 90s cartoon style figures, and I leave the only MCU I have is the Guardians of the Galaxy set. Yeah, like with Nebula, and I've got the Nova and up there with them. But yeah, they're Nova's kind of an in-between. He kind of looks...
Yeah, I just picked up this one. The Thor.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I wanted that really bad. And
the hammer's behind the shield there, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I like the MCU, and like you said, the 80s ones are always must-buys.
Now, is that you got the Black Series Ahsoka and the Clone Wars ones there? Is that what they are?
Which
and
one?
Her trooper?
Yeah, up there I do. I'm gonna make that my Clone Wars shelf eventually. Like in the back, I got some Jedis.
I missed those two. I still want to get them. I missed those two.
Man, yeah, I love that Ahsoka's Clone Trooper. I think it's probably my favorite. When all these are in the packages, it really doesn't do them justice. It's when you actually get them out and pose them. That's where the magic comes, I think.
I had to get a second Iron Man to put with my Firestar, and I want to get another Spider-Man to go in there, but I might wait for a future one because those Spider-Mans are going up too much to pay right now.
Yeah, I would have loved to pick up a second Spider-Man. I don't know why I didn't.
I know, right? I remember seeing them, and I don't know why I didn't. You're absolutely right. And I only got one of the. I kind of want to open the Cyborg one too with the mechanical arm. That silver arm.
I saw him too, and I didn't pick him up, and now I wish I did. I hate that, but
I can't. Some of those packaging looks so nice, I can't open them. So I got to get a second one. But
Yeah.
Iceman was still reasonable. He's like 24 on the secondary market instead of
Oh,
20.
I need
So
Iceman still.
I
Yeah.
I grabbed an Iceman to put next to Firestar
Yeah,
because
because when they announced Firestar, I watched that with my little 7-year-old daughter, and man, she loves Firestar. That
right,
80s one, Spider-Man and Friends, His Amazing
yeah,
Friends.
Amazing Friends, yeah,
But now I want Iceman, and my daughter keeps boosting me on. And another one is Spider Woman. You know, the 80s Spider
yeah,
Woman. I watched that
yeah.
with my daughter, and she loves it, and I couldn't stand it. I was like, "Oh, this is horrible." But she wants that figure really bad, but for some reason, it's like
It's
60
expensive right
bucks.
now. Yeah,
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 why
yeah.
is that? Do you know?
I don't know, but it's ripe for a retro card in the future. I
Hmm.
think. I think
Yeah,
they'll do something to re-release, bring her back, and let people get them because I think a lot of people are starting to discover and watch those cartoons on Disney
yeah,
Plus there,
hmm,
and because I've been hearing a lot of stuff about it, people going back and checking those things out.
yeah, yeah. But Firestar, yeah, what a gorgeous figure that is. Love it. Did you pick that up?
I did. I do.
Yeah,
I got it from Big Bad. They sent it to me.
yeah. That's
I mean,
kind
I
of hard to
bought it. I
open
bought
that
it, but
one
I'm saying,
because she looks so good in package. That
yeah.
figure.
Well, I had to swap the head because I liked the other head, not the
Okay.
one that was
I don't
boxed
know
with
which
it.
one I have on her. I think I've got the hair one where
Yeah, the
she's,
one flowing. Yeah, with the.
yeah, it looks super sweet. But she's best on a Hasbro stand. I just don't have any available stands right now.
Do you know what I just recently found out works? Are the So I have a bunch of these clear stands
Oh yeah,
for my vintage
yeah, I
Star
got a
Wars
ton of
figures,
those. Hmm.
and they actually just this year started fitting the Marvel Legends
Oh wow,
figures. Like they
yeah,
made the hole slightly just a little bit bigger, I think. And
yeah,
now I've been putting my Marvel Legends on these.
yeah. I've got a few of them here. Like,
It's been working
I've
out.
got Luke on this one, and then I got these bigger like NECA ones. I tried. I
Oh
try to
wow.
buy everything and try. Like,
Yeah.
have you ever seen this Luke with the burned off nose? I don't know if you can get him on there. No, you won't be able to see it, but it's a ghetto Luke. So, oh, but yeah, that's my shelf. I try to hide. Stick some cards on there, some card backs.
I didn't
Oh, and you
I don't
picked
think
this
I'd
up
seen
recently,
them.
huh? That guy's
Yeah, I just got
dope.
him
Yeah, love that guy.
again thanks to Big Bad Toy Store.
Yeah.
So,
I found him in Walmart of all places, man. I
oh
just couldn't
wow.
believe it. Walked in there, and I picked him up recently too.
Yeah.
So.
I want to get a second trap jaw cuz I want to open a trap jaw. He looks so good.
Oh yeah, I've got him on display. I'm doing a Masters of the Universe shelf dedicated to them for sure, and I've already started that. And
Cuz I see your Prince Adam on the sky sled behind you there
yeah,
and
he's just there for now. That shelf's all
well,
messed up too. Like I got Mando on a speeder bike.
He's fighting
So
Mysterio and knocking Carnage out of the way, right?
yeah, and I've got the Hand Ninja, Miss Marvel, and Darth Nihilus. Just random, absolutely random. So,
Do
but
you have
I
a
like
favorite?
it.
Do you have a favorite character, Sean, of all this stuff?
Of everything that I got, man, I would
Like,
say.
is Luke still a big one for you since you had him as a kid? Like you know,
Oh no, not anymore. Han
really,
Solo
Han more?
probably is my favorite. Like that indoor Han. I don't know if I got him laying around.
Oh yeah, I love that
Or
Endor.
let me just show you on my on this top shelf up here. I don't know if you can see that, but that Mando shelf, I just love that. How the Mandalorian is, and
Yeah,
most of my favorite ones are probably on that shelf, and then this side is more random crap. So, but I love how I got the Falcon up on the top. It
oh my
actually fits on
gosh,
those bookcases with LEDs.
wow,
You just got to take that front peg off,
gotcha.
and
So
it
it just
works.
balances there like that. We can,
Yeah, and I can shake
wow,
it.
oh my
So
gosh, it
because I was
looks
thinking
like it
about
would
doing the
be.
guitar holder thing, but it looks better up there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I see people put them on the walls, like up and
Oh
flat
yeah,
against the wall.
only one Kenobi did that. I was gonna do that too. That looks really good. And I seen a video where he did it. And he puts like soft sponges on these little like
Yeah,
hanger things.
or you get like
Yeah, the Muto shelf sounds awesome.
what I've done
I
for a
should
few
show
of
them real
the
quick just for the heck of it.
oh yeah,
Give you a quick tour. I never do this, but this is where I do my reviews. Just set that up. I'm about to do what's that, Crosshairs?
yeah, the famous
But
brick wall.
let's see. There's I'm working on the Muto shelf up there.
Look at that. Yeah.
And I got my Christmas. I'm working on that Christmas line. So.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yep.
But anyway, let's go
Did
back.
you get this? Did you get the Snow
There's a
Trooper?
mess I was telling you about. All them figures, man. Piles. Yeah. No, I got the Range Trooper from that Collectors Helping Collectors on social media. That is such a lifesaver, man.
They are. They're good. Yeah.
And I got the Snow Trooper from Walmart, and the Range Trooper I got from Collectors Helping Collectors, and then I got, I think, the Clone Trooper.
Okay.
So I still need a couple more, but you can still buy those for retail.
Yeah, well, I found the Snow Trooper the other day on clearance for like $9. So I was going to see if you're collecting the Christmas ones, if you didn't have it, I could pass it along. But it just sounds like you got it already.
Yeah, I do got him for sure. Yeah, the diorama's sweet, man. And you guys ought to check out his channel. His name's Dan, Dandy1981. Really, really cool guy. He doesn't get a lot of views. Like, his videos get 10 to 15 views. And I feel bad for him because I think, he's super talented, and he definitely deserves more. I do everything I can to promote anybody I can. So.
Yeah. Well, a lot of us do. We all got to work together to help each other out. And I think it's really
out of
cool
nowhere,
that people do that.
He heard me talking about one, and he sent me a message and said, "Hey, Sean, I build dioramas. You want me to make you one?" I was like, yeah, maybe when I get paid. And he goes, "No, dude, I won't charge you nothing." And I was like, okay. And then I just dropped it, didn't mention another word. And then like a week later, he sent me a little video, says, "Here's what I've done for you so far, Sean." I was like, "How much do you want me to send you?" I tried so hard. And he's like, "No, nothing." And then I was just really, it's amazing, man. Blows my mind, this community.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then
I always try to keep people like that in mind, and then down the road someday you might find something that they want or need, and you can always just be like, "Well, hey, this is for a long time ago when you helped me out with that. I'm just paying you back,"
Yes, absolutely. And Andy at Hollow Chronicles, I don't know how to say that, Hollow Chronicles, sent me all those vintage Star Wars that I had when I was a kid, and that blew my mind because for some stupid reason, probably about 10 years ago, I sold all of my childhood Star Wars. I just found the box in my mom's garage, and I was like, "Oh, this is," and I got like $550 for them all, but I regret it.
Yeah.
And so I definitely appreciate that because I'm never gonna sell again. So.
Yeah, Star Wars is a difficult thing for me to get rid of, and it definitely is. But a lot of the other things, even duplicates, it's hard, but with other lines, I can do I can be like, okay, I found a duplicate at a garage sale. I got this at a thrift store. I can trade it, or sell it on, but Star Wars, I just got to keep it all. I don't know why.
Yeah. And I bought some duplicates on purpose because I plan on giving them away on my channel. I don't know when or how. I'm still trying to figure it out. I think I'm going to copy Sleeping Collectibles because what he does is he does them live streams. He's like, share this stream and get people on there, and then I could build rapport with the audience. Because I've got like a few Beskar Mandos I picked up I'd like to give away, and I did want to give away a Rex, but he's kind of, $200 and something. It's crazy. But yeah, I want to get into that and try to get to know everybody.
Yeah,
so I got a few. Appreciate you having me here. I don't mean to keep cutting you off. I've had a lot of coffee today.
No. It's like speaking of giveaways, like I've accumulated a few things over the last, like, I don't know how people are with books and stuff, but I've got a graphic novel of Superman Earth 1, and I've got this. I bought this at Ollie's because it was like $4 or $5 or $5 or something, and then I got home and found out I already have one. So I was like, I got one to give away then, So, and then I got this poster from Out Nerd Me. That he does these great these great prints, and a long time ago I used to see him at all the conventions I'd go to in Seattle and stuff. The guy, he's a Pacific Northwestern artist, and he would just give me 3 or 4 every time I saw him, and he's like, give these away, and we used to give them away on the podcast and different things all the time. And I just was going through my stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I still got one left. I must not have ever given this away. Or it was one that was supposed to go to somebody and they never came and collected it. Sometimes that happens. But so I got to give that away now too. So
yeah, it's definitely fun, man.
I do like the idea, the way that these guys have been doing it, like Brandon and, like you said, Sleeping. And then they all did it on,
he does the same thing, doesn't he?
Brandon, a live stream. Yeah. And I kind of liked that idea, so I'll figure something out soon.
Well, I think
I'm
that's
not
where
going
the
to wait.
future of this is going. Is people want to watch live streams. People want to be part of a community. They're stuck at home. There he is, Dandy. Somebody posted him. Yeah, give that guy
Yeah.
a subscription, man. He deserves it.
And sorry, I meant to click it, but I must have clicked it twice.
Yeah.
I just lost my thought. Oh yeah, it's just I'm not going to wait till a 3,000 to give those away. I'm just going to do it randomly at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I
And
don't
that's
need
when it
to.
keeps getting pushed further and further.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to. I think I might give something away every 1,000. So 3,000, 4,000, 5,000.
Yeah.
But it's going to be like those things will be like a larger. Like I was trying to get. There's a couple vintage figures that, yeah, right up to the last second. Some guy started maybe 10 or 20 auctions where he had a bunch of Return of the Jedi figures, and a lot of them were Palatoy Return of the Jedi. And he started them at 99 cents. And like 3 or 4 of the figures people seemed to find right away, and they were just going up 50, 60, $70. But there's like 4 or 5 that were staying at 99.
Oh, wow.
Oh, pardon me, 99 cents. And they were there right up to like just like today. They're going to end, I think, like 8, 9 o'clock tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm seeing the notices. You were outbid, and it's at $1.25. You were outbid. It's at $1.50.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back at like 8 or 9 o'clock when they end, and if any of them are still like $10 or less, I'm going to grab them, and those are going to be some of the giveaways. Then you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I might save them and do them at the certain 1,000 or whatever, every 1,000 that the channel goes up, do a big giveaway where it's something like that, because people would love getting a vintage figure for free, as a giveaway.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Carded.
do with Rex, because I was about at 950 subscribers, and at 1,000 I was going to give Rex away. But then all of a sudden those shorts came out, and my subscriptions just exploded after that. So I've been thinking, I don't know when I'll do it now, and that's when I think I'm going to just do the stream, because I keep getting subscribers that aren't watching my videos, and but the shorts are where it's at, because it's in beta right now, like all over the place. Oh, hey, what's up, Darth Binks?
Hey, Darth Binks.
All.
Where do you know Darth from?
I don't.
You just
He just said, "Hey,
hi.
it's Sean," so that's cool.
Yeah. Maybe he watches your channel.
Yeah, well, I respond to every comment, so I see a familiar name.
Yeah, I at least try to say thanks for watching or something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I really like it when people leave a comment where they're actually talking about something or discussing more than just, I like the video,
Yeah.
Because I like the video just ends up, well, thanks. I appreciate that or something. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure yet what to say,
Mm-hmm.
And then, but some people will actually like leave a full sentence or a paragraph about something, and you can then respond, and they'll start, oh my gosh, they'll start a conversation. Look at this, Sean. John Joker. Look at that.
He's a good man. He did that to me on my channel on Saturday. What a cool dude.
John, this blows me away. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. That is wonderful.
John does an excellent job.
I'm blown away here. This is great. I really enjoy John's comments and conversation when we do some of these videos and things and live streams and stuff. John's one of the good ones. Yeah. Who got their hands on a Black Series Asajj?
I got mine over there. I just did a review on her. I'll snag her.
I don't have one yet, but she is on pre-order, so I'm hoping that she comes.
Yeah, there's my
relatively
Asajj.
soon.
Nobody's watching that video though. It's barely getting any views. So
really,
girl. Nobody likes her.
Did you put Asajj as the first? I can't remember. Did you put Asajj Ventress, then Star Wars The Black Series? Or?
No, I tried that originally on my channel, and I think that helped me grow at the start, because everybody else was doing like Star Wars Black Series, and I ended up just doing the character, and then Black Series Star Wars action figure.
Yeah.
And but I switched it back in the end because I
Switch them
noticed like
around.
Fwoosh and Charlemagne Prime were all, you know, having it in the front. So I was like, you know, I want to be searchable with their videos too. So that's why I ended up switching it back.
Gotcha.
But as a newbie, if you're just starting out, I highly recommend doing everything you can. Put the character's name at the front of the title, all that kind of stuff. It'll help. So if anybody ever wants tips, let me know. I'll be more than happy. Ask Vern, you know, and there's a couple other people because I told them about the shorts, how they were having the beta, and like if you jump in right now, you know, you'll just blow up. And Ask Apprentice Ewok, you know, he did the same thing.
I haven't tried any of the shorts yet, but I mean, if it's something that's really working for you guys, I might have to do a few, you know.
Well, those people aren't watching your other videos is the only problem.
I got what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a weird thing because, like, you look at, I really don't know how it really works, but it's like you look at my channel, and I've grown like 1,300 in the last year. Okay.
Yeah.
So you would think a lot of those people that joined in the last year would really be like watching toy videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's at like 2,300 total. And I still get 100 to 200 views on average on the videos. Yeah. And that's what I was getting when I had 1,000 people. And that's what I was getting when I had 500 people. So it's like if you were getting 100 to 200 when you had 500, when you had 1,000, and then you're also getting that when you have 2,000, what's everybody watching? You know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, how come the number of views on each video isn't going up also? You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and then sometimes you look at other people.
Video, they'll scroll past it, and then when you do a Star Wars video, they won't suggest that to the person that likes your Star Wars video because you just released a Marvel video, and they skip past it. And YouTube's goal is to keep you inside of that app, you know, at all costs possible. And if they think that you're not going to watch a video that you skipped past last time, they won't recommend it again. So that's why, you know, I don't want to throw people under the bus, but like, you know, Boss Bounty does so well and exploded because he was strictly vintage collection for like so long. And now his videos are recommended to anybody that searches, you know, vintage collection.
Gotcha.
So he nailed the algorithm down.
So you really got to stick to one thing is what you're saying. Like,
yeah.
It's like, and
unless you're like Charlemagne Prime or Fwoosh that have, you know, hundreds of
that already have
subscribers.
Yeah. Because that's the other thing I do notice is I get a lot more on my Star Wars, and then a lot more on really weird things like that. The Predator from Lannard, when that came out, I mean that's going up to like 5,000-6,000 views now.
Yeah.
So why does that one have that many views?
Yeah,
like,
some videos get legs, which is weird. Like my Indoor Luke video, I was like the last guy to release that. And for some reason, it has almost 20,000 views today. And I remember sitting on my floor going, oh, I'm not going to do it. I'll get around to it. Because everybody had already done it for like 3 months. And for some reason, that video just, boom, exploded. Well, I know it's probably because of Mandalorian Luke. It exploded. But yeah, some videos in the long run will do better. You'll have 100 views in the first day. And then, you know, 4 months from now, it'll just take off. It's crazy.
Yeah. Django Unbrained is here.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Tez showed up. There we go.
Darth Banks.
I don't get my Mapex Mando until May, so I guess it'll be a B-Day gift. I bought that myself last summer.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, I don't have any of the Mafex stuff.
Yeah, I just ordered, and I'm hoping gets here, my first ever Play Arts figure, it's called. Can you guess what I ordered? It's a Final Fantasy figure. Have a wild guess.
Oh, I was gonna say Darth Maul, but Final Fantasy figure, it's gonna be Cloud, right?
No, Tifa.
No.
I had to get Tifa, man. Yeah, the new one.
Did you play the remastered Final Fantasy VII? Yeah. I always watch your reviews, brother. I took a break from collecting, but I like the humble and calmness of your reviews.
Thank you, Darth Banks. Appreciate that.
Just kidding.
Hey, the Force with Jesse, the OG. This guy right there, he's an OG, man. from the
I like
beginning.
Jesse's stuff, and Jesse's another one that's good with responding on comments. He does a lot of
Yeah.
work with his comments there. It's good. What's 20,000 views?
Probably talking about my Luke video, how it
Could
just
be, yeah.
randomly
The one
blew
that
up.
just took off, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The another one is one of my Black Star video when I showed Warlock and Black Star. It's really up there, and the new mall looks impressive. At least the face sculpt, yeah.
Yeah, I'm blown away. But look at the vintage collection. What we're getting on the vintage collection, we're getting the mechanical legs on those.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit more excited about that version than the Black Series. But I'll buy them both.
Me too. I know. Yeah. But oh, what was I gonna say there? Oh, yeah, and then the robot, like Robbie the robot, that one like really took off. So it's like some of these oddball things, yeah, just really fly. And maybe it's because there's not as many videos out there for like Robbie the robot and the Predator from Lannard, and maybe the Black Star and Warlock don't have a lot of videos out there.
Yeah, I think that's also why I did the 40th anniversary edition of Yoda. And I think most people didn't bother because he's been repacked 3 times, but that video exploded for me too. I think that's close to like 10,000 views.
Yeah.
And I think main reason is because I dress him up in the video to be like Clone Wars Yoda. I have him opening his jacket with his saber out. And,
gotcha.
I had fun with that figure. That was a cool figure.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you ever have a video that you kind of think like after it's kind of blown up that you were like, oh, I like for example, my Black Star video, when I did it, I did not have his sword or I didn't have all the accessories. Okay. His scabbard and sword. And now I do, because I got them after the fact. And everyone comments like, oh, it's too bad you don't have the sword. Do you still need the sword? And I always have to say, yeah, I got it afterward. But it's like, it makes you want to do an update. Like, but you can't really.
You have no idea. Yeah.
You can't really update the video. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. There's so many videos. To be honest, I feel like locking them and just hiding them, but they get so many views and people like them. And a lot of my coworkers said, "Listen, Sean, people are watching them. People like them. Just leave them alone." And just because we're critical of our own work. But no, I hear you. I completely get that. Like my Mandalorian video that blew up. I'm really embarrassed of that video actually. And my hands were like shaking in the video. Oh well.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
There's also times where like, because I burnt the crap out of my hand just the other day, and I forget to put band-aids on it or do cover up, and I just leave it on, and I see it on the video later, and I'm like, crap, but whatever. I guess. Yeah. I'm a working man. I got burned. I got scarred hands. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, I do that sometimes too. But then I say to myself, I've seen other people's hands, and some people are really bad, man. So and you know what? Most of the time, people aren't looking at your hands; they're looking at the figure. If they get that far into your video, they appreciate action figures.
Yeah, that's another thing. Have you found? I'm sorry, we're just talking videos now.
Hey, it's fine. I'm sure our community is probably interested in that too.
But have you found that, like there are times where I notice that people stop watching, and I'm like, okay, they're watching until I do the round, after they spin around. And once they see the figure from 360, they stop the video. Yeah. So it's like. Sometimes I'm like, well, I'll move that further back, and then you know what I mean? Like, and I notice that if you move that further back, they watch longer. So it's like
maybe you're right.
People are watching until they get to that roundabout, and then they're what I mean?
I try to shove all mine up to the front of the video, and then I leave the very boring stuff for the end because Shartimus Prime, I'm sure you know who he is.
Yeah.
But he did one video where he broke down like all his analytics and all that stuff, like the average view. People on average watch his videos for an hour and 30 minutes. So I was striving to, get better than that. And sometimes, I have like almost a 4-minute, like on my Slave 1 video, that's at about 3.5 minutes, which is really good for an 8-minute video with almost 20,000 views. But there's a few that only have like a minute. I mean, it's weird. And like my Asajj Ventress one, for some reason, you know, people just aren't interested in that character, I think is what it is.
Huh. See, I would have thought the opposite. I thought being one of the first to have it, I thought you'd get a lot of views for that, you know?
Yeah. Well, you do. Like you know, the Mandalorian vintage collection, because I was the first one to release that one. That got a lot of views, but it's still at about 2 minutes average view duration. But that video is really boring. But I'm just trying to make the videos better, like you said, because it's all about how long people watch your video, and that's how you get ranked. Like if you search for a video, where you fall is based on how long people actually watch your video for. So it's nasty. Like I don't think anybody cares about articulation. I do. I love watching it in videos, but a
Yeah.
lot of people, they'll drop off at that point. As soon as you're done like
I've
showing the figure off, they're gone.
yeah, I've leaned away from. I was doing the articulation on every video, but now I only show it if it's something that's totally different than what we've seen before, because
Mm.
I did notice that too, that like it just seems like a lot of people just don't care about they want to
Yep.
see the visuals and like see them up and
Yeah.
down and then a
Hmm.
360, and I think that's where they're
Yeah.
hitting on.
Also, I think there's a rule of like three. Like if there's 3 videos out of that same action figure, you're pretty much like dead in the water when it comes to view duration, unless you do something completely different
Yeah.
than anybody else.
And one thing I wouldn't mind doing again though is I hardly have the time or the like inspiration, I guess you could say these days, but once in a while I do have some crazy thought in my head and I go with it. But in the beginning, I used to do a little skit at the beginning of every single video,
Yeah.
and I had like the best one, you know, by views. You go back and look at the first order TIE fighter video that I put up when I was living in Seattle, and it's got like thousands. It might be like 10,000 views or more, you know. But everyone watches the skit and then turns it off. They don't watch the part about so they're watching for the
Yeah.
first 20 seconds and then you see it cut off
Hmm.
on the analytics, cuz all they're watching is like Tila go over and poke Ram Man with a stick and wake him up, and then they have to go fight Whiplash and Evelyn before they get the TIE fighter they're fighting over the TIE fighter to
That's
see
funny.
which side gets it. You know, it crashed behind Castle Grayskull in there. So it's like I did like a little thing to introduce it. And then one of the other big ones was I had the Dreadnoks coming across Captain Phasma, and they were going to recruit her for the Dreadnoks and everything, and they had to get her out of the plastic, you know, and to save her, to basically unthaw her from the plastic shell that she was in, which was the packaging.
Yeah.
And those two, like, people watch the skit when I'm playing with the action figures and making up voices, and then they stop watching the video because they don't care about but it's like, how much value were those skits adding to my channel at the time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I'd like to do them more often, but the inspiration doesn't hit as often these days.
Exactly. Yeah, because I've tried to do that in a few of my videos, and ultimately, like you said, it's hit or miss, and it doesn't really improve the video or make it worse. A different audience likes that kind of stuff, and some audiences are like, "What is this crap?" You know. So you can't win, man.
Have you heard of anyone doing this? Anyone get the orange pill TVC Jedi Boba?
No, I'm still waiting on mine. So
yeah,
I don't know it's rare.
I don't think any of mine have shown up, so I don't know which color I'm going to end up with, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I ordered a case, and yeah, it hasn't shipped at all, which is weird.
I think I ordered 2 from one place and 1 from another just to be safe.
Yeah,
to make
that's
sure
what
I
Vern
get it,
did.
you know?
And he got his Bad Batch wave real quick.
BC, we're getting a Battlefront 2 look. When are we going to have a Dirge? I think they're going to bring one out now because there's a lot of talk about Dirge, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of Dirge chatter from that. And in bringing that show back onto Disney Plus, I think is going to boost some of those characters. And Dirge has already been in a comic, right? Is that where he is? The comic?
Not sure on that.
Yeah, so John Joker, Left Coast. 25 times each. All right, thank you, Left Host. Only standard yellow. Burned by Lego. Left Coast. Whoa! I just my chat just zoomed away. Where the heck are we? Oh, here we go. Sorry, I'm just trying to find out if anyone left any other questions. Instagram for my figs, but no attention. Always wash your hands before the video. Hey, Johnald, how you doing, Johnald?
Yeah.
A spinning stand makes reviews way cooler.
Yeah, I think so too. I bought one just to test one for $19 on Amazon, and the thing works perfect.
Yeah,
I'd like a quieter one.
Yeah. Mine became lopsided, so if the figures aren't standing right, they'll fall over.
Yeah, I put Grugo, the statue from Sideshow, on mine, and I think I messed it up. So occasionally mine goes boom, 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 boom.
That's what happened. Yeah, and the bump bump will make it fall over.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Salacious, how you doing?
What's up, Monkey Lizard Man?
Salacious. Yeah, Dirge has been recanonized. Yeah. Hey, Tim, there we go.
Hey.
I'm not sure what happened to Mike. Let's see if he left me a message, because he didn't. No, he still didn't leave a message. I haven't heard anything from him. He must have. See, Mike said he was going to come on either today or next Monday. And then he wrote me and said, I'll probably be on the 23rd, which for him is the morning, tomorrow morning. For us, it's the 22nd. For him, it's the 23rd. So, yeah, but now he hasn't written me and said why he didn't show up. So something could have happened. I don't know. Or he just decided to come on next week with Brandon. So I don't know.
Yeah, that OG Clone Wars, I'm looking forward to seeing that in high definition. I wonder if they'll have it in 4K. That'll be sweet.
Do you think they might up that quality? You really do?
Yeah. At least 1080p probably. But how cool is that to watch Anakin? Was it Asajj Ventress he fights on the edge of the cliff? I don't know if you remember that, but that's pretty sweet.
Was that the Asajj Anakin video, the fight, that one? Yeah. I remember him, I distinctly remember Mace running through all those droids, just ripping them apart. And then there was that part with the crashed ship, and Grievous comes in, and doesn't he just step on someone and kill them? And then
oh yeah, there's a scene where Grievous kills probably 12 Jedi.
Yeah, he just tears them apart,
sweet.
and then
Dooku and Ventress have a scene together where he's training her.
Yeah, that's right. And they're in an arena, right? Doesn't they have them fight? And then there was the and then I remember the slug thing with Anakin where it draws those tattoos on him. And then Ventress and Anakin fight, and then
and he uses the dark side in that scene, which is kind of cool. So he's definitely darker.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't use it, but you can tell he's fighting with anger and hatred and all that.
First dark post, awesome YouTube. There you go. Dingo's got him. Lego did some sets not long ago based on that Ventress and Anakin starfighters from the series. Oh, neat. I didn't remember that.
Yeah, because that show was a big thing for a while there. Because, you and I, we're probably, I don't know, I was in my 20s when they made that. So I remember them promoting it a lot. So they probably did make some toys. In fact, I think it was the Forces with Jesse that was in here earlier. He posted some pictures on Instagram, I think it was, of Anakin with the tattoos on his face and stuff.
Yeah, I was watching. I think I watched that video. Yeah, was it Jesse's video? Right? Is that what you said?
I'm not too sure whose it was, but I think it was.
Yeah, I think Jesse did a video where he showed off a lot of the um,
The Clone
Clone
Wars
War,
stuff.
that stuff, and it was really cool. I liked that video. Um, Tim's saying there's some flooding in Sydney. Maybe his internet went out. That because he hasn't messaged me. That's the thing. You know, usually he would message and say, "So this came up. I can't do it." But if he hasn't messaged or anything, maybe he's out of internet. You know, who ordered the Haslive Retro Collection Razor Crest? I got that. Yeah, that's coming.
Yeah.
Did you get that, Sean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you also get the Sentinel? Or did
No.
you just do the?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that was the really weird thing. I wanted both of those, but they were too close together for me to.
Pull
And
the
I ended
trigger.
up picking Star Wars. I couldn't
Yeah.
do both, but I so wish I could have done both. You know.
Yeah, it's gonna be massive. I have no idea where I'm gonna put that thing.
What's up, Optic? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Optic Racer?
That too. He could be on a school
Yeah.
run. Yeah. I mean, there's still a chance he could pop on. I mean, we're only an hour in or so. You never know. You never know. The invitation's still out there. So, all right. So, Sean. So then, today, what are you going after? You're going after Marvel, Masters of the Universe, Star Wars. Is there anything else that you're hunting for right now?
I would say other than that Final Fantasy play Kai Arts, it's called. Once I get that and I check it out, I might go down that route. But no, and Voltron, if anything
Yeah.
cool Voltron comes out. I don't really like the Netflix anime
Hey,
series
Craig.
much. So, but no.
Really, you didn't care for the Netflix Voltron, huh?
No, I like the first like 50-minute pilot that they had. That was really good, and it stayed true to the roots. But after that, it just lost me.
Yeah, I really got into it for a while, but I think I made it 5 or 6 seasons, and then
Yeah.
it's been slow for me getting back into it. But I really did enjoy those first 4 or 5 seasons. I thought they were great.
Yeah, I'll have to watch them again.
But they're all kind of short seasons, if I remember right. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been going back and since I got that base for Star Wars, now I've got 3 of the bad guys, and yeah, it was got a deal on these, you know.
Yeah.
So I was pretty happy about finding those, and got all 3 of the bad guys, so that's cool. And then I just got to track down the good guys and the little ones, like these. There's a bunch of these little ones, and believe it or not, these are the most expensive of the whole line. And I think it's because you would lose the whole thing. You know what I mean? It would go down the toilet, or the dog would eat it. And it's like I've been finding them on like job lots. Like, you know, you get 20 figures, and that's upside down and thrown in the corner, and I'm like, I recognize that thing. You know, all right, I'm gonna bid on this whole lot just to get that one thing, you know. And it's like that's how a lot of my figures come about. Like this guy, like I've had this one since I was a kid, my Metal Man, and his arms are ripped off. You know, they broke. You know, and all of a sudden one day, this one was in a job lot, a big lot of figures, and he's got his arms, and he's shiny and new, and I was like, oh, cool. So I ended up winning the auction and got myself a good one. But finding his equipment, he's got a red backpack that has wings that pop out. But you can find it on eBay, but you're going to spend about $500 just for the freaking backpack. You know, it's
crazy.
It's worse than Star Wars for that line. But Metal Men wasn't a popular line. There's not too many of them out there. But I got my original one sitting in my Ewok chair.
Well, I wonder if it is like an inflated bubble, like that action figure grader says in his videos. He thinks we're in like some sort of bubble right now, and it's going to pop soon. And maybe we'll start getting things cheaper.
The weird thing is that I did notice a little bit of that with the carded figures, because like back in March of 2019, I was trying to, or 2020, sorry, back in March of 2020, right about when we started the Palo Boys, I was hunting for a C3PO carded, And at the time, I didn't want to spend more than like say $90, $95. 100 was pushing it. And every one that I was watching was selling for 120 to 140,
Mm-hmm.
And I missed a couple that went for $100 even. And I was like, ah, damn it, I missed it, I was at work or doing something when the auction ended, and so I knew, okay, I know I can get one for around $100 because I've seen these couples sell.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was like none of them were selling for less than 140, then 180, then 200. Then it got all the way up to $300, and none of them were selling for less than $300 by the time we got into the summer, like August, things like that. But then all of a sudden in November, I'm still watching them. Every one that comes up, my eBay tracker's giving me a notice every single time one gets posted. So I'm watching them going, and then like November ish, I start seeing them come down like $200. People are winning them for, and I'm like, whoa. And then it got all the way down to where I finally won one. I think it was in December when I got my Christmas money, and it was like $115 I won it for.
Yeah.
So it had the whole year, it had gone all the way up to 300 and then come right back down to where it was at the beginning of 2020.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
in a sense, you can say that was a bubble. It was
Yeah.
it was a high point and it came back down. And there's a couple other figures that I've been watching that I've noticed that happen to, and like Klatus right now are going for very reasonable prices. I mean, they're $50, $60. A lot of them in the last couple of weeks have sold only for $50, $60. And there's some guy that just sold 3 Ewoks. It was Wicket, Chief Chirpa, and Logray, all carded, and he got only 140 for all 3.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some of these prices I think are coming back down. Yeah, Ewoks went up, but some of them are coming back down. So it's kind of it's interesting to watch it, just to see. But I almost bid on that 3 Ewoks. I was like, ooh, 3 of them for one. It's not getting too high. But again, I don't think I was around when the auction ended, and I was at work or doing something, and I was reminded after the fact, and I went back and was like, oh crap, it only went for like 140. Oh, that's a good price for 3 carded figures.
Yeah, I'm gonna start getting into more accessories. Like last night, I was searching everywhere because in like the Spider-Man movies in New York, how they have those fire escape with like they look like balconies with stairs that come out. I can't find any of those for dioramas and stuff like that for some reason. But I'd like to get some things.
Hey,
like that. Hey, what's up?
I've been looking at a lot of the stuff from Power of the Force that they did. That was the extra things,
Yeah, I saw your video with the power droid where he burns the feet and stuff.
Yeah, like those little things I think are pretty neat. And but like even the bigger sets, like you got the bunker, remember that one?
Yeah.
But they're kind of expensive. Some of those are expensive. Like the bunker's expensive right now, and at least from my perspective. And there's a Hoth one. Oh, pardon me, sorry. But I've been looking at some of those Death Star, like the Death Star hallway where the prison is and stuff,
Yeah.
And not so much for the figures, but just for the put my vintage collection in there,
That Death Star hallway is amazing. I saw a TikTok today of somebody did a little, photography, and they do these little TikToks showing how they did the photo. But that thing looks sweet, man. He had Luke and Han and Chewie like shooting down the hallway with some cool lights going down it. It looked amazing. I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Where the trash compactor vent thing was where they jumped in.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, that people are thinking, and plus we all got our checks, so from the government, so people have extra money right now, so the prices might come back up,
Yeah.
Bosk Bunny, love how you're able to pose the Bosk in such charming, such a spectacular. Once heard he wears something Doctor Who related.
He needs a new hobby.
Dioramas and vehicles. Yeah, exactly. Hey,
what's up,
Greg's
AJ?
Cat Show. What's up? That's cool. Yeah, nice. Spunkler's Canyon, how you doing?
Hey, now.
So, Sean, were you into video games as a kid too?
No, not as a kid. I actually used to make fun of people that played video games. But when I was about 18 years old, I played The Legend of Zelda. And ever since then, I was hooked. Well, I ain't going to lie. I did play like Super Mario Kart at friends' houses,
Gotcha. Yeah.
And Street Fighter 2, I think it was Street Fighter 2 Turbo. But yeah, not until I was about 18, and I beat my first video game, which was The Legend of Zelda, and it was amazing. Link's Awakening, I think it was, on Super
Gotcha.
Nintendo.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo one. Link to the Past, that's what it was,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
A Link to the Past. Yep, that's the one.
That's the one. That's one of my favorites, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, but now I'm a geek. Like, if you check my PlayStation profile, I have 40 platinum trophies and all that.
Are we? Did we friend up on PlayStation?
I don't know. No idea.
What's your PlayStation name?
FIJSKI8. So it's Fidski8.
I'll look it up. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Vintage Geek Anox. So.
Oh yeah.
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 The Anox, it's funny because I changed it when I started doing YouTube to reflect more of the YouTube stuff, so that people who were on YouTube would know if they saw me in a random game of Battlefront or something. Because sometimes it's fun. You jump in a game and you're like, "Oh my gosh, Westy's in the game with me! Holy crap!" Or something like that. And you're like, so I was like, well, I want people, because it was Anox in a Dune or whatever, and which was my gamer name back in, I started Ultima Online, and we played to Dark Age of Camelot, and then we went to World of Warcraft, and I was always using some character with the first, it was ANOX something, and because everyone shortened my name and just called me Anox when we were talking in chat, so I was always Anox something in every game we played, and people were following, we had a guild in Ultima Online. And then we went to Lineage. That's right. We went to Lineage. And then people followed us from Ultima, from our guild or group there, went to Lineage when we went to Lineage. And then when we went from Lineage to Dark Age of Camelot, they came along. So it was like they were always looking for an Anox. So I just named them that every time. And then some of them went to World of Warcraft with us. And then on my PlayStation, I'd play with a lot of the guys on different games on the PlayStation. And when I got rid of Anox and just named it after my YouTube channel and stuff, and the Vintage Geek stuff, a few people wrote me and were like, "Where'd Anox go? Are you really Anox still?" And it was like, "Oh, great!" So now all the old school gamers that I was playing with don't know where I went. They think I disappeared. So I had to go back and rename it Vintage Geek Anox, so that it's the new and the old combined,
Well, I think mine's the same, but I changed the Sean Solo8, but I don't think I actually changed the real ID. I don't know how that works. But yeah, I used to play those online role-playing games too, but mine was Final Fantasy, I think it was 11 online. But I played that for almost 2 years, man. I would set alarms for 3 in the morning to catch this monster and beat other alliances and stuff. But I was way in over my head on that game.
Talking about Left Coast stuff, I think.
But yeah, that's my other passion, is basically Japanese, anime, or RPG role-playing games, or Spider-Man. I loved Miles Morales game. Oh, that was so good.
Well, both those Spider-Man games I hear were pretty good. I haven't played either one yet, but I've heard they're both really good.
They're both epic, yeah. Some of the ones, you're crazy. You should, man. You would love it, especially you and your personality. You would just be so drawn in.
I usually wait until those games come down to $30 or less. I gotta look to see if they're cheaper now. But I have a hard time getting a lot. Well, you know what really did me in was I went from Star Wars Battlefront 2 to getting Battlefield 5 to getting Anthem. And every single one of them was a pre-order to get the special bonus features and all that. So I probably spent $70, $80, $90 on these games, 3 in a row, basically.
Yeah.
And every single one had problems on its start or problems after. Anthem was fantastic on the start. but you got your guy leveled up really fast. So in like a month, and then there's nothing. You were like, I'm not getting any equipment, any weapons, nothing to improve the guy. There's no raids. There's no end, and they promised us all this end game stuff and things, kick-ass weapons, and you could turn into a god, basically. It's like you're in an Iron Man suit, and you could, I mean, the flight mechanics, the jumping, everything was beautiful. It looked amazing, but it was just like you got a 3-4 weeks out of it, and then you're done, and there was a lot of problems when Battlefield 2 first started, and they've corrected them all. I mean, now it's brilliant, but it was like you get hit 3 times in a row, and you just suddenly go, I'm never paying full price for a game again, and I'm not buying it on release, It's like it's just the modern games. I don't think they're coming out finished, they're
I'm not buying games anymore. I'm not as much of a gamer as I used to be, but I did buy Final Fantasy VII Remake and
I just got that
Spider-Man.
Yeah. I just got the Final Fantasy VII Remake because they put it up as March's free game.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, which is a bummer, but they got a PS5 edition coming out, and I'm going to buy that too.
Yeah.
Well, it's a free upgrade.
Okay.
But it doesn't work for you. Like if you have the digital one.
Because I didn't pay for it.
Disc.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Hey, Salacious is a question. Do you catalog your collections? How? App, spreadsheet? What do you do? Do you?
No. It's yes, I do. It's my YouTube channel, except for there's 2 of them that I've opened that I haven't made videos of, but I've done those on our live stream. We'll open one.
Yeah. So. Do you have a list of what you want though? Or
no.
Because that's kind of how mine is cataloged. I have, but it's really only for the vintage stuff. So like for Toy Biz, I have a list of Toy Biz X-Men that I want to find. I have a list of Toy Biz, like of the regular silver card Marvel that I want to find. And then I have a list of Playmate Star Trek to find, and a list of episode 1 and green carded figures to find. This. You know what I mean? Like, so I have a list of what I don't own so that I know when I'm out, I can cross off, okay, I got this one at the flea market. I found this one here, and I'll cross them off, and the list of what I don't own gets shorter,
Well, I've seen that video where you have like a room just full of dupes, man, boxes and boxes of doubles, Crazy.
Yeah, the Star Wars stuff, yeah. Yeah, there was a period where I didn't have any room. So I was putting stuff in boxes as soon as I bought it, but then I would forget that I bought it, and I'd see it and buy it again. And that's what a lot of that came from. I was like, I was, and it occasionally still happens. Like Shabby's Kit Fisto was an extra that I didn't realize. I think what happened is I bought it at a GameStop, and then when I got home the next day, the mail showed up, and it was one that I pre-ordered, which I forgot. And it was but everyone else got this like 6 months ago, and you can't, it was already like $50-$60 on the secondary market. So I'm like, I didn't think it was going to ever show up, And then, so I sent the extra one to Shabby because he needed it, It was one of the last that he needed for his 112, so.
Yeah.
It worked out in the end because it really helped him out,
Mm-hmm.
Prices started to creep up on some. Snow speeder desirable. Ask them for samples.
Yeah, that's something that I'd love to get is the snow speeder. I haven't pulled the trigger on it. I would love to get that.
I like the Kraken and Captain Morgan. Those are my 2 rums of choice. Both sea-based, both sea-based, right? The Captain Morgan is a pirate and the Kraken is a sea monster, right? So, but rum is one of the few drinks I can have because I can't process most grain alcohol.
See, I was in England from the age from 14 to the age of 22, and I was there like when the rave scene hit and stuff like that. So I did my share of partying, and I quit drinking maybe 6 years ago now, and I lost like 40 pounds just from quitting alcohol.
Wow.
But oh well.
Hey,
I'm
John
glad.
Baldry.
Hey, Mr. Baldry.
Yeah,
That's
I
probably
don't
why I
drink.
started collecting figures again. Is probably because I needed something, in my life. So
I don't drink much at all, really. I don't think I've had a drink in 2 years. I don't know, but really know how to make. Oh my gosh! Amazing to see. What the hell's going on? Hey John, you still got those Dino Riders? I got to work out a deal with you to get those Dino Riders. I want those Dino Riders.
Yeah, if anybody has that BT1 Astromech, I'm after that bad boy.
Is that for the Black Series one?
Yeah, I need her to go with 000 and where do I got that awesome guy? I guess this guy's causing a lot of drama lately, but this guy's wicked, man. That's another video I'm
he's really
totally
cool.
embarrassed about on YouTube, but you got to learn somewhere. Your first few videos,
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, that guy's pretty cool.
Question for Sean from Salacious
Uh-oh.
Rum. 3 men and a monkey lizard are caught in a zombie attack. Sean has the opportunity to save himself and one other member. So does he pick?
No.
Oh, of course.
Remember, choose wisely. I would
It's
definitely
always
have to pick
that
the monkey
question,
lizard
right?
because they're on the verge of extinction, So,
here he is. There we go.
Usual Mike.
Mike, how you doing?
Hey,
hello.
what's going on?
I've been here for 11 minutes and 36 seconds. I didn't know that daylight savings changed, and I was an hour late, and now I'm an hour and 11 minutes late. So, thank you for having me on the show.
Time change. I see what you're saying.
Yes, the time change.
Yes,
you had a daylight savings swap over. I'm very sorry.
Yes. No,
it's good to see you, Sean.
Good to see you,
One
Mike.
of the hosts of 3 Men and a Monkey Lizard, and John, one of the Pally Boys. Excellent stuff.
How you doing, Mike? How you doing?
Good. It's been raining for days, and the phone is blowing up with weather alerts.
We've been hearing you had flooding. Yes, we've been hearing that there's flooding in areas.
The town that I live in is like the flood capital. Remember when I did that Pally Boy stream and I went and I showed you the marker on the wall where the flood for 2017?
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah, well, the one for 74 is like another 6 feet higher. And but the town's probably going to go under about a foot of water. So that's a minor flood for where I live. The big flooding is in Sydney, about 600 kilometers south, around that area. So I just got a little flood here. Nothing we're not used to. The only thing I can hear sirens.
Oh yeah, I hear them.
It'll be blocked roads and off the road. Yeah. The popo. That'll be fine.
Yeah, look at that.
Now, do they still have Neighbors and Home and Away over there in Australia, or is those still a thing?
Yeah, they've been flogging that for years.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I remember those. Yeah. They were popular in England. They would come on about 3:00 in the afternoon every day.
Yeah, I think Neighbours started in '85 and still going, and I think Home and Away was 1988 and that's still going as well. Oh, what am I doing up here? John's down there.
Well, I figured
no, down there.
When I put up the chat, I block you, and if anyone's going to be blocked, it's going to be me. You guys are the guests. So I'll put the guests in the spotlight.
Lurdo named John. Excellent.
Do you know Lurdo? Did you ever see the Ewoks cartoon?
Oh, I only watched like the first episode because I found it on YouTube, and I was like, I tried to get my kids to watch it, and that theme song, the Ewoks, terrible.
Hey Heath, how you doing, Heath? Heath has some amazing 3D prints. This guy is a 3D printing master. He's awesome. I highly recommend checking him out.
That's that Vader in the avatar there. Yeah.
Neat picture.
Lovely. Oh, Mark's here. John Baldry's here. Hello, everybody. I won't hijack the stream too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
Well, I was talking with Sean about toys from our childhood and toys from today. Like, Mike, do you remember what toys you got first when you were a kid? Like, how was your childhood growing up? What was the things that you really loved that you got when you were younger?
Well, as a kid, being like hard up for cash. Being one at the time, I was like one of 3 boys, and we had nothing. So the cheaper the toy, like an action figure, and then later on it became a Hot Wheels car. The cheap sort of I get envious when I hear you guys. When I was a kid, I had this giant big play set. I didn't have no places, no vehicles, none of that. Yeah, my brother got a Micro Machines. I think it was a plane. It's a carrier, and I thought that was mind blowing. That was amazing. It's a big.
Did it
white
open
plane
up and have a track in it? Like
no, it was more of a.
Or was it just a carrier?
You could drive the cars in it to carry all your Micro Machines around. Yeah,
gotcha.
So that was a big deal. That was big. And then later on, Castle Grayskull. But I got it a lot later. Yeah, I got it in like '88 for Christmas.
That was like me too. I had an uncle because we couldn't afford much too. But I remember one Christmas, my uncle came to visit, and he put Snake Mountain is what it was behind our television, and I wanted it so bad for Christmas. And I was a little boy, and he pulled it out on Christmas Eve, and I'll never forget that. That was sick.
And those old TVs too, they were massive. So I was hiding behind that.
Yeah, one of those wooden ones, with the speakers built in, and
like a part of the furniture.
Yeah. Me, I love Dino Riders, and my good friend John Boldry there showed me a picture of some Dino Riders that he has, and I want to work out a deal to get those if he doesn't want them. That's what I was talking about.
Dino Riders.
I think Dino Riders should come back. Yeah. And yes, Heath, we'll talk after this. I'll get you on any Mondays. That's when I'm doing this, so we'll get you on, Heath. Be good. So, and then, what age were you when you started doing what you do now, like collecting what you collect now? Then, Mike, I think what got you into the modern stuff? I guess in a sense,
Oh, I don't know, because I've been a collector my whole life, and it just evolves from whatever you find to collect.
Gotcha.
Like, it was action figures at the beginning, and then a little bit of He-Man. Then the Hot Wheels came in, and on top of that, you'd do the Micro Machines. And what else have I sort of collected? And then I went back to strongly on Hot Wheels, predominantly over Hot Wheels, or during the dark times of Star Wars.
Gotcha.
I didn't get a lot of figures during the green back line, the Power of the Jedi stuff. I really didn't like the packaging, to tell you the truth. But back then I was just like,
Did you go in when Episode 1 came out though, or did you get all in for Star Wars then, or?
I got a handful of figures before I saw the film. Then I saw the film, and it was a very bad experience seeing Episode 1 because front row, went with people who weren't Star Wars fans. Terrible, I was late to the film, so I didn't collect anything from really. I had that little Anakin. Remember the little Anakin's a bit yay big? The action figure, is it? Yeah. So I got them and a couple more. I was just like that. I wasn't digging it, so I didn't really collect the Episode 1 stuff. Yeah. And then from there, I went on to Star Trek around the
Playmates
90. Yeah, the stuff that came out in the 90s. I started collecting in the early 2000s, which was a little bit harder to get, but cheaper to get.
Yeah. Did you go for like Next Generation, Voyager, and DS9 and all that? You were just getting all those. Yeah. Do you still have them?
No, I have a couple. Not a lot of. Not a lot of them. I think B'Elanna Taurus was the hardest one to get out of Voyager. It's just gone for silly money.
Well, today it seems like there's a certain version of 7. It's like the second or third version of 7 of 9. That's
silver outfit.
Really hard. Yeah, the silver outfit. That's the harder one to find. Yeah, today. What happened to them? Did you just like dump the collection at one time, or were you? Yeah, pretty much.
The odd one on eBay. You put 3 or 4 up on eBay. If one sells, and then the other ones you just give off to a mate or something like that. Yeah. Trade someone something else. Yeah.
And then
I did pick up the Phantom Menace figures. I remember buying all of those, but I ended up taking them back to the store and returning them, with the receipt. But I remember spending about $250 on those when I first moved to the States, and that was exciting. But I don't have any of those anymore.
Yeah, mine, the green card and the Episode 1, I traded, and I've been wanting them back, so I've been slowly collecting at least the Episode 1s and the same green card with that splash and like a lot of those. Yeah, especially the ones that come with those accessories, like the stand that could burn the Gonk droid's feet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't collecting it at all when Power of the Force came out. I was probably heavy into skateboarding at that point.
Yeah. Cool.
That's about what year did Power of the Force come out? Was it in the 90s or late 80s?
Yeah, well, those first red and green cards were like 95, 96. And that Power of the Jedi, I guess is what they call it, where that went into 98 to 99, where Episode 1 came out. So I guess it's more Power of the Jedi in Episode 1 that I'm kind of looking for right now. But, so Mike, nowadays you're doing a little bit of G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
You're pretty much all in on Star Wars. And then you got a little bit of Masters of the Universe, right?
Only thanks to John Baldry.
John Baldry, yeah.
Because he heard that I like wrestling as well. And I don't really collect the wrestling figures, but I've got a couple of AEW figures with the new wrestling. Because I don't know, and just ended up with Masters of the Universe crossover WWE figures.
Yeah, I like those though. Those are pretty cool. What else?
I need a way to display them.
Do you still get a few Hot Wheels here and there? Like what else, or is it mostly like the character ones that are related to Star Wars that you get?
If I do a little toy hunt myself, where I don't film, I just go in there, I always still look at the pegs of Hot Wheels. I always look at the pegs of Hot Wheels. Even though I'm not buying this, I'm not buying this, I'll look through there. And occasionally one will jump out and be like, oh, cool.
I really got to buy this one.
Yeah, that Ninja Turtles van that they brought out recently. And any DeLorean from Back to the Future I'll always get to.
Yeah, and I get the Batmobiles. And
Batmobiles.
Kind of same thing. If I see the Batmobiles, I buy them, or the Batplane, or the Batcopter. And then,
do you have the Super Treasure Hunt Batmobile 1966 version? Because that's rare.
Is that the gray one?
It's the Adam West one, but it's got the rubber tires, and it's on the blue card, the normal mainline one. It's called Super Treasure Hunt. Should go for about $200.
I doubt I have the Super Treasure Hunt. I have a Treasure Hunt one. I have a Treasure Hunt one that's gray. Instead of the black color that the standard 60s Batmobile comes in, they turned it gray.
A variant.
And and on the bottom, underneath it has that Treasure Hunt stuff. But it's not a Super Treasure Hunt because there's two different levels of treasure hunts,
Yeah. If you turn it over and you see a little gray symbol with a logo that says you found a treasure hunt, but if you find a gold symbol, that's your super. Your super is your gold symbol.
It's not gold. Yeah. No, it's not gold. Okay. I didn't know they changed it gold for the supers. No.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Back in the old days, they used to put a big green stripe down the side and say treasure hunt. It's so easy to find. You just go, yep, I got it. Now they make it really hard for you to find.
Yeah.
You'd open the case, and the only one with the green stripe, you knew you had your treasure hunt straight away. It's just like it was sticking out like a sore thumb. And all the scalpers just straight away, bang, got it. Now they actually make them physically look through it, make it a bit harder.
I remember with this one, it was hilarious because I wasn't aware of Treasure Hunt and Super Treasure Hunt and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
In this car, my brother and I had just watched the Ferrari versus Ford, that movie. And I was at a store like a couple days after we watched the movie, and I was like, "Oh, this is the car from the movie, like it's the Ford, GT." So I was like, but sitting there were two different variants, and one was like the sparkly green paint with the shiny paint and all that stuff, and I was like, well, that one doesn't really look like the original car, where this one looks like the original car. So I brought this one home. And then like a month or two later, I'm doing research on Hot Wheel cars, and I find out that was a Super Treasure. I look on eBay, and it's going for like $200, and I'm like, oh crap! I left it on the shelf. Like I could have got that for 94 cents. Yeah,
it happens. Yeah, any licensed vehicle is going to be any licensed vehicle they make into Super Treasure Hunt is always worth more. If they make a fantasy car and they make it a Super Treasure Hunt, they don't sell as much. They're a lot lower market.
I don't think I have any supers. I've just got regular treasure hunts. But maybe 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know, something like that I've found. But nothing super spectacular. So Mike, what else? Is there anything else that you collect, or is that pretty much it?
And trading cards.
Trading cards.
But it's a sport that no one here in the chat collects. Is rugby league.
Really?
Wow. Yeah. No, people say rugby, and there's two different sports. There's rugby and rugby league, and they're different when they're watched. It's like Canadian football and American football. They're very different.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So rugby league is like the professional version of the sport that I watch, and the game now is not as good as it used to be. So I collect a lot of the old classic players. Like they've got sets that go back and show all the players from the yesteryear, from 1908 to 1945, all that sort of classic stuff.
Oh wow!
Who's your all-time favorite wrestler? Well, as a kid, it was Ultimate Warrior.
Ooh,
I got to meet Diamond Dallas Page, so I really like him as a wrestler because it's Diamond Dallas Page. But at the moment, it was a guy formerly known as Dean Ambrose. He's now known as John Moxley in AEW. He's a great wrestler.
Cool.
Brutus Barber, Beefcake, Rowdy Piper, what a legend. And
yeah,
Brutus, I had his had both them figures back in the day.
Stone Cold Steve.
The reason I'm not a big Stone Cold and Rock fan because there was a faction once upon a time where it's like you got WWE and then you got WCW. I watched WCW,
yep, right,
so those guys were big on one channel, and I wasn't watching that, and I'm over here watching Goldberg and like Ric Flair on the on WCW.
Hey, Empire Toys, how you doing?
It's Aaron.
Warriors versus Hogan, yeah.
WrestleMania 6.
Oh, we do need some penny racers. I need a penny racer. Yeah, I've been seeing people post their penny racers lately, and I've been jealous. I'm like, oh, I remember those.
I didn't realize the card back's round.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. Yeah.
It's like
I'm going to get the door. Be right back, guys.
Yep.
Sean's got a visitor. It could be the mailman.
What about Aussie Rules football?
Oh no, I don't watch that. No, I even cringe at that. It's for the southern states. People who live in the southern states, they watch that. I'm a northerner, so it's a different game of football altogether. Winners Viking rugby league team, and a few of them. Oh, TK, excellent.
Look at that. Got something in common there with TK.
The Winders Vikings, yeah. Man and the Medical Droid Ultimate Edition.
Yep. I want to get the medical droid, and I might end up getting that Amana Man just because I don't have an Amana Man vintage in my collection. So he might stand in until I do. John.
I was just laughing at Empire Toys' comment there about Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at the Fastlane pay-per-view, at the end of the match, Alexa Bliss sat on his pelvis. He certainly won.
Boy.
Mike, you like WWE back in the days? Yes, I do. Back in the old school days.
Really? You've got a double telescope. You have a double telescope.
It looks Skywalker. Wow.
That is a nice one to have, Heath. But is it real, or did you 3D print it, or is it real?
I'm off to buy my Cloud City cardboard playset, John.
Tremendous. We need those cars 1/18 scale. Yeah, I'd like to have a real one.
Ford versus Ferrari. Did it have one of the Hemsworth brothers in it? Is that movie, or am I thinking of something else?
I want to say it was the Batman guy,
Bale.
But Christian Bale, yeah, and that dude.
That dude.
Was it Bourne Identity guy? No, was it Matt Damon?
Matt Damon.
I can't remember. Was it him?
I can't remember. I don't know if I've seen this film or not.
If you're still on, Mark, Mark, let us know. My brother, he would know right offhand. He remembers all this stuff.
Django Unchained. It's Matt Damon and Christian Bale.
Is it?
I don't think I've seen that one.
There he is. Matt Damon and Christian Bale, yeah. Matt Damon.
Mike's house is very quiet this morning. All the kids are at school.
Matt Damon.
It's 9:30. They should be well into school. Rugby league's big in the northwest of England. Yes, it is.
Do you drop them off and pick them up?
Yeah. I live where the school buses don't run.
It's real. Chris has seen it. His DT Luke.
Because you know how Australia's such a big country. There's a school bus run where the kids travel 175 kilometres to school. It's 130 miles to school on the bus. Yeah.
Wow.
You got to get on the bus at like 6:30 in the morning to get to school. You don't get home till dark.
So Chris Hemsworth was in the movie Rush.
Rush, that's what I've seen.
That was the
Rush.
one. Yeah.
Good film.
It's Carol Shelby, yeah.
Carol Shelby.
Wow. Okay, Mike, let's see here. So
I should have bought some stuff to hold up to the camera. So
what?
All I've got is a 4-sided Rubik's Cube.
What new stuff do you have? Do you have a list of like things that you're looking for? Do you like, because I know you get a lot of the Black Series and the. Are you caught up on the Joes?
I'm missing Beachhead, but he's impossible to get. Beachhead,
okay.
And I think Cobra Infantry. You give me the tip off and said, "I'll get that one," and I'll get Destro next week. I'm thinking of getting Destro next week, just the regular Destro. I never picked him up because I got the gold headed version. And who else is in that line? That's the Roblox. That's a Cobra Island version.
Okay.
I think I might be able to get that one too.
So you need a Cobra Infantry, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
I did get a package.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
yeah, but look, it's from Amazon. It's all damaged.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But I'm an opener, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But finally, I get to join the cool boys club.
Mine isn't here
cool
yet.
Kids.
Well, maybe they'll knock at the door anytime now. Yeah,
I got excited because the first listing I see of it is Australia's got it April 1st, and the rest of the world's like June, and then you all got pushed forward, and we're still waiting.
Yeah, that was
April
weird.
1st.
I seen Yakface posted that. But
wow,
man, that is such a beauty. Absolutely amazing.
Well done. I'm very envious. I want that figure.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah,
thinking of your IndyCar racing. That's IndyCar racing. IndyCar racing and Ford versus Ferrari. Mike, what's the news?
Yeah, Mark.
What's the news?
The news.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Mike was inspiration for me to get into. Well, he probably pressured me into buying a lot of stuff, I think, because it was right around the time Solo came out, and I was watching your videos, and I was into 5 POA only at that point.
So was I. I was obsessed with that line. I wanted every single yellow carded Solo figure.
Yeah, and I remember that.
I got them all.
And you had the Solo poster behind you at the time.
Yeah, I still got it. It's got Kira on
it. I don't know which. My first Black Series, I think, was Anakin, because you were talking about it in your videos. I think you were like, "Oh, this archive's coming, and Anakin and Darth Maul's coming back," and that's really what.
That Anakin in the archive is very expensive for some reason. I see it listed $180.
Yeah,
I think a $24 figure would go that high.
Yeah,
he went bonkers. Yeah, and
he's amazing though, isn't he?
And it's the re-release. It's not even the original, you know. But yeah, I know people love that. I think they love the head sculpt, right? They like that.
Yeah.
Different way the head came out.
Well, yeah, it was a repaint on the head.
Because I remember my original My original had 2 different heads, and I think I'm using the alternate on the original.
Hey, John, you seen these things I picked up the other day? These like little mini.
I've seen those before. Yeah.
And I got He-Man, and I also got Battle Cat, and he articulates, which is crazy, man.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
World's tiniest Battle Cat.
Yeah, they're like $5 a piece. I couldn't leave them.
Yeah. Didn't someone send some of those to you, Mike? The G.I. Joe ones?
Yeah.
Oh, and these are cool too.
They're not even sold in my country.
Cowboy Bebop shirt, but have you picked those up? Those are
I
pretty
got
badass.
I have Spike. I got Spike. I ran into him one day at a store, and I never saw him before. And I was like, "Wow, they made a Spike action figure!" So I grabbed it, and yeah, at the time when I posted it online, someone was like, a couple of people responded on Twitter saying he was harder to find. But then now I've started seeing him everywhere. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
he's a peg warmer.
He must have been hard to find that first wave, but now that the second few waves have come through, the second few reorders of him, he's starting to get out there, you know. But I was also considering the other thing I really liked was I really like Full Metal Alchemist, and I saw the two kids, you know, and the armored guy and the
I've seen the armored guy,
and I almost got those, but I don't know, you know.
And then they had that cool Big Trouble in Little China one.
Yeah,
the Raiden looking guy.
Yeah, they have the Raiden looking guy. Yeah, but I got those on Super 7 reaction cards, so I'm happy with my Big Trouble in Little China, my Big Trouble Little China collection there. So
you just reminded me of something then. Excellent.
Yeah, Big Trouble in Little China.
It's cool news, but it's not like, I'll show you the next wave of Back to the Future action figures, reaction figures. Oh, you can't even see it.
Ooh, Back to the Future.
Yeah. How about I send the picture properly to you, John, and you can put it on the screen for everybody. That'll help. Because there's the reaction ones that we've already seen, and then there's a pre-order for the next wave of them. Let me see, share screen. Find John picture.
Oh, Dave's here. There we go. Evening.
Oh, yeah. Vintage Toy Rush.
Hello.
Let me see here. So you're going to send it to me over on Twitter, right? Is that what you did?
Oh, I was just going to post it right here as a.
Oh yeah. Can you want me to share your screen?
Yeah.
Or can you share your screen?
Yeah, I just gotta find my image first, John.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's my computer with 12,000 images in it. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's like my phone. When I open it up, and you know how you're supposed to see photos of like people. Mine's all pictures of action figures. And
right? Yeah.
My memories pop up, and it's nothing but pictures of figures.
Or it's like my memories come up and it's a picture of me standing next to someone dressed as an Ewok at a Star Wars convention or something, going hey or whatever, you know. Or it's action figures, yeah.
Is that opening up? That's not opening up. There we go. Try right click. Oh my goodness. Right click. That one. Open with. That one. Open up. Oh, it's a bit laggy this morning. Come on, computer. Wakey.
Or I found this one, John. You seen this? You made a video of this guy, the squirting guy?
Yeah, the squirt guy.
I found all my childhood He-Man. Those are the only ones that couldn't sell on eBay. Nobody would buy them, you know?
At the time. They will now.
Yeah, I wouldn't sell them now. I learned my lesson selling my Star Wars, man.
Do they still squirt?
I haven't tried it. It probably does.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
there's some news. That's the only news I got recently.
Yeah, hot news, John. Let's see it.
Hot news is this. It's got flaming trail, so it's definitely hot news. You got it?
Well, there it is. I see
screen.
it. There we go. Add to stream. There we go. Wow. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. It's the Vulcan I'm from the planet Vulcan.
Yeah, and look, you get the dog. You get Einstein in the bottom one. And he's in his little separate blister.
Yeah, he's got his
kind
own
of like the baby
bubble.
him. The double bubble.
Double bubble. Oh boy. That's a cool looking card back. I like
so
that.
These I'm really keen on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very 80s, which fits the aesthetic perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And the flaming trails on the side is I love the fact that they do this as like a can of card back. It's like, why didn't they do this back in the day?
I know.
Yeah, great in 1985 to see that.
Well, the thing is back then Kenner probably would have like tried to sue everybody for making similar card backs, right?
I think you're right.
Wow, that looks cool.
So,
I'm looking forward to those. Pella
working tomorrow,
Boys.
sad face.
No,
Oh,
we're taking a break.
chat tomorrow.
Mark's going in for his surgery.
Fair enough. Yeah, the first episode back's going to be big then.
Yes, right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Make them want it.
Although we've still got 3 minutes and a monkey lizard. We can tune into you guys.
Yeah. I think we're going to be on Salacious's channel
only-
this week.
Oh, you swap it around, don't you? Yeah. Everyone has a crack.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
That's very Australian. Everyone has a crack.
I don't think I've noticed. I think every time I tune in, I just click on the video. I don't notice whose channel it's on.
Yeah, it's just in the raw feed, and you go, "Oh, they're on," and click it on.
Yeah, and you just click on it. Yeah,
because we subscribe to all 4 years, and so if you're in the feed, I get up in the morning and refresh the feed, and I'm like, "Oh, yours are on." I'll click it on, make some breakfast. He's chit chatting about stuff. I do miss the Empire because he's on a lot of. It comes on like 5 a.m. for me. It's really early.
Wow. Yeah. Do you like doing them this in the morning like this, Mike, or do you prefer like? Do you have a
if I do
preference
mine like at night time, when I do mine at like 10 o'clock at night, all you guys are in bed, and it's like it's the worst time for me. It's like a few Aussies get on, and they go, "Oh yeah, late night, Mike, it's all right," but it doesn't do well for my channel. It's like my channel doesn't know what it's doing. It's like YouTube has this thing where when you put up a video, it knows when your video is going up. It knows this kind of schedule that you do, and it can promote it at the right time. You start doing things at the right time, and YouTube's like, "Oh, it's all over the place," and it doesn't share it out to everyone, doesn't recommend it to anyone. It's this balance of what it knows your channel's like. If you try and quickly, it doesn't like it.
So you're feeling like it's better to put it out at a certain time every time. Like if you every day at noon.
What I'm thinking, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like don't be random.
Yeah, if you do it every day at noon, yeah, don't do random. You might get away with doing it an hour before or after, but yeah, if you start doing it at some time that YouTube doesn't know your channel to have content, it won't promote it out there a lot. That's why you see some people go, "Oh, my video," and then suddenly a couple of days later, whoa, it went really big. It's like it only got the algorithm because YouTube's algorithm's like, "Oh, it doesn't like your video now, doesn't like your video now. Now it likes your video," and then people watch it. It's quite odd.
Yeah. Well, we were kind of talking about that earlier, Sean and I, about the differences in what it seems to grab onto and what it doesn't, and how some videos suddenly take off and others just kind of sit there, So it's interesting to hear that from someone who's got more subscribers than we do,
Yeah, well, I think he's right.
Only from the perspective
look at Whoosh, he releases his at 10 o'clock exactly every Saturday, and then he has like 2 during the week, and they're always the same time consistently.
Yeah, okay. Because mine, I don't
when he's going to go live.
Yeah, I don't do a consistent time. So we figured out basically that I'm doing everything wrong. I'm not doing it at a consistent time. I don't do the same thing. I do Star Wars, Marvel, Transformers, and other weird stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like YouTube wants the same time and it to be always Star Wars and no other topic. You know what I mean? Like they want you to stick to one topic, So I'm doing everything wrong.
Well, yeah, that's like Mike's channel too. His is consistent information every single time,
Yeah, it's always news related in a sense, Yeah.
Well, if you got another channel, like say Mudlarking, if I click on the Mudlarking video and he's doing an unboxing of a toy, YouTube wouldn't know what he's doing, and that video would be suppressed in the algorithm. They'd be like, that's completely unknown. It's weird.
Yeah.
Or someone who does like clay pottery and all of a sudden they're doing a toy hunt. It doesn't make any sense to the algorithm, and it wouldn't share their video out, and they wouldn't get many views on it, even though it'd be a great video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, if you do like a Star Wars Black Series one day and the next day you do a Marvel Legends, somebody will skip past your Marvel video and then it won't recommend your next Black Series video. even though they would have watched it because they skipped your Marvel Legends video. So it's really tricky.
Only one Kenobi. How you doing?
Oh, he's using a few of your emojis, is he?
Only one.
When it comes to whatever I post. Only one.
Only one. I like when he says that. Only one.
Because pretty much YouTube is what television was in its pioneer days, of very randomness of how would they structure television to be. Like news comes on at night, a feature film would be 8:30, afternoons would be like soaps and cartoons or whatever. Yeah. So YouTube is sort of that pioneering stage of television was back 60 years ago. Even earlier than that. How long's TV been around in your country? 1956. We had it. Yeah, 56. Australia had TV.
In studio where it shows like your peak times, basically, you should probably listen to that, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I get what he's saying.
Because I think he's right, because my recent video, I released it, probably about 11 o'clock-ish, and that's when it says my peak is, and that ended up being my #1 out of my past 10 videos, so it's kind of weird. And then like Massage Ventress, nobody
smashed it.
Watched that one. Because I released Groot before that, I think, something like that. Nobody watched my poor Groot video, but I didn't care. I felt he deserved a video.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, Twitch is becoming more than just
video. One day we're all
video games.
But they make it like a 24-hour channel. If you do Twitch, I reckon someday there's going to be like the Twitch channels will be 24 hours a day. Your content will have to go all the time for it to be a relevant channel. They go, and then you put a video up once a month, streaming 2 hours, like on Twitch. It's like, how do you sustain that? So YouTube, I feel like it's more. We're on it more. Does that make any sense? Being YouTubers, we want to put content out all the time. We want to be just once a month for 2 hours live. We want to be live. We want cool videos of a certain thing we always do. Have something to change it up a little bit. Yeah. But like I make those videos where, if you've ever seen, no one watches them, where I take a Hollywood trailer, switch it around, put some music. I don't get any money for it because I use copyrighted music. So I just enjoy doing that. The algorithm hates it. It hates them. They don't even get over 1,000 views.
Yeah, it's like my little short videos. The algorithm loves those, but that's because they're trying to push those short videos right now. But a lot of those I don't get paid on either because of the music. But like you said, I'm not worried about it because it's fun.
Yeah,
get a lot more fun on those.
It's a bit of content that you enjoy doing.
Yeah,
it's made for you. It's like mine are made for me. I edit the trailer up.
What I do know about, like, there's a couple of groups that do things on Twitch where, like, what was the one? There's one called Something Tavern, like whatever tavern, and they invited me in, and I'm on their Discord and stuff, but I never joined their Twitch feed. But they basically combined, 10 or 12 Twitch channels, and they named it the Something Tavern. It's like the ye old tavern of games or something. It's like, it kind of has like a D&D vibe the way they named it, but I don't remember what they named it. Something Tavern. But anyways, so when they can basically run 24/7, and it mirrors whatever. So if you go to the tavern channel, it'll mirror all the different 12 or whatever 15 members they have. So if anybody's playing a game, it'll show up on the tavern's Twitch and their Twitch. So if you just watch Tavern, you could be watching this one guy for 2 hours, and then it'll switch over to the other guy when he starts playing, and then another guy, and it kind of feeds all the streams together into one stream. And I know that there's another group in Seattle right before I moved out here. They started doing that also, and I went to their studio and played like a D&D game with them where they had one camera showing the board, and then they had cameras like set around, like 3 or 4 cameras around, and then there's a guy on a switch box. This was like really, so we could switch to which camera as you were rolling your dice or doing your move or whatever. And it was crazy. And they run 24/7, and they just get people to come to the studio and they just run the Twitch feed 24/7 and have different games going on, and the guy on the switchboard will switch it to the video game system if they're playing video games, so there already are some Twitch channels that go 24/7, constant live stream the whole time, never stops.
We've become really successful. We can do that with our YouTubes.
Yeah, I think they want us to live stream more. I'm pretty sure of that, because they want to compete with Twitch. They want to compete with TikTok. They want to take down all these different competitors.
Well, like with the shorts, are they staying on this YouTube? Because I thought for a while there they were going to try an offshoot of YouTube as like YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, no, that's in India. They have a YouTube Shorts in India. But here, yeah, they're going to combine the two.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because the way I got in that, they actually sent me an email asking me if I wanted to join like this. It was kind of like a live stream type thing. And, I was just in the comments watching them, and they were answering questions about the shorts. And I just picked their brains on it. And they said, take everything that you have from TikTok and just upload it and put the hashtag shorts, and they'll do the rest. And they did, man. They blew the shit out of some of those.
Wow. Now, do you put that hashtag in the title or
the title and the description?
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Like near the end, you do hashtag shorts at the end of the title?
Yeah.
Is that where you put it? Okay.
Yeah, and also so that way my regular viewers know, if they don't want to watch it, they can skip that one and ignore the notification or whatever. But ultimately, I think it affects my regular videos. But, ultimately it's a hobby. It'll sort itself out in the end.
Yeah. And isn't there a thing where if the short's less than a certain number of seconds, it doesn't count towards your minutes? Like it's a view, it's a view, but it's not like towards your total minutes or something?
Well, I don't know if that's true or not, because I do show watch time hours on mine for some weird reason.
Okay.
So.
And it's counting.
But they did say, it doesn't count. They officially said it didn't count towards watch time hours.
But you still see that stat on it, though.
Yes, you do.
Interesting. Huh. Wow.
So if the shorts have to be over a minute to be monetized as well, don't they?
Well, no, because like some of them that have like those copyright claims on them, it says, that the original owner is getting the money. And I've seen commercials pop up on that. But if you watch one of my short videos on my channel or just on a normal feed, I will get monetized for that. But when it's in the shorts bar, you don't get any monetization for that. And that's where all the views come from, is on that little like stories shelf.
Wow.
It all goes to UMG, Universal Music Group. They get everything.
Yes. Yeah. But they're trying to work that out to where they're going to pay creators, because eventually you're not going to want to upload them anymore. You'll get burned out on it.
Mark said, where? You don't know
for
the shorts.
For Left Coast Graphics. They're talking about getting some of the stuff. Left Coast does these really great pins and things, and so they're working out where to get those. Yeah, they're really good stuff. He does a great job. Got to get myself a Yoda one. So, Mike, do you have a specific character that you collect overall? Like, I go for Yoda. Is there something?
Mine was always Han Solo. Because being my first ever action figure was Han Solo. But I've got all the Kiras, so I've got every Kira they've possibly made in action figure form. So all of three of them.
Yeah.
All three, wow.
It's one Black Series art and 2 5 POAs. Yeah.
A really good Kira display going on there. This is your Kira shrine.
I remember all my friends wanted to be Luke, and I always wanted to be Han all the time. So it was always about Han and Chewie for me.
Han and Chewie. Smash the like button.
Pops?
No Kira Pops. No Kira Pops. No. I know she's got one. I know she's got one. It's in Solo.
Ludo. So, Mike, do you what do you see coming down? Like, what are you, I guess, hoping for coming down the pipe here? Like, I know we all want the Cantina aliens. We all want a bib for tuna.
I'd love that
what
Cantina.
I mean? Like,
if that Cantina playset comes out, I think what I said on my live stream, where I think it's going to be half a Cantina, and for the whole U-bend, they'll do, you buy this half and they get that half.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is they'll put a figure in it that you're like, I don't need two of this figure. That's probably what they're thinking about. What figure we'll put the bartender in there. We'll get two bartenders exactly the same looking. Oh,
you're right. That's what they'll do. Because it's the other way around. People have complained about the troop. Like, if you get a trooper, we can't troop build it as easy because we have to buy a bunch of play sets. So now they'll do a figure that you don't need to troop build, but we'll all say, well, you don't need more than one. It's like the Prince Adam coming with the Sky Sled. You're like, why do I need two? If you get two Sky Sleds, you don't need two Prince Adams, you know?
Yeah.
You guys are lucky to have Master Universe on the shelf. We don't sell that here on the shelves here. No Joes on the shelves. No Master Universe. It looks pretty bare. No AEW figures. There's another one.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine living over there. It's got to be difficult. You got to do a tour one day because none of us really probably know what your environment is like. Like, do a toy hunt. Have you ever done a toy hunt video?
Oh, a long time ago. Yeah, I'll organize one. I'll get into one.
Do you have a store like Walmart or like Toys R Us? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
we have a Big W. Big W is our Walmart.
Okay.
And the W doesn't stand for Walmart. It stands for Woolworths. Big Woolworths.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a toy store like a Toys R Us type thing or not?
We have a Toy Mate, which come out of the ashes of our Toys R Us, but a lot of their stuff is very old. It's like you go in there and there's action figures like 6 or 7 years old. It's like the surplus stuff that's been sitting around in containers in China, and they're just bring it on, fill up the shop. It's really they had the Princess Leia Bush Black Series on that Star. What is it? The Stormtrooper card. They're selling them at the moment for $15. The really old Leia Bush.
Huh. Interesting. I think we all got a couple of those already. Yeah. You got that one, right, Mike?
I don't even remember. I probably do. I probably do somewhere. There's so many.
Hi, Gilster.
We also have a Toy World, or it's also in Queensland. It's called Mr. Toys, and it's represented by a big purple bear. And there's none around my area. That I have to drive like 2 hours to get to one. They're a long way away. And occasionally they get they'll just drop like a wave of Black Series Star Wars figures, like recently with Grief Karga and Quill. Yeah, that wave. Yeah. They'll be in the store just out of the blue. But when you go online to buy them, I'll go to their website, type it in, and you go assorted figure only. So if you're buying from that wave, they just grab a random one, and that's what you get. Yeah, so Toymate does the same thing. They did it with the Joes on their site. The wave one of the Joes, they're all $45 each, and you just get a random one sent to you in the post. But if I have to drive 2 hours north to find it, I can get it in store.
Yeah, that's what Best Buy does here. It's really weird. Like if you order a figure from a normal wave, it always says variety. You don't get a choice.
Wow, I didn't know that.
If it was a different department, say you wanted to buy a kitchen knife, a chopping board and a knife, and they said, assorted cutlery, you get a fork or a spoon. They'd go nuts.
Yeah. It's
I wonder why they don't do that. That is odd.
And if you say there's 4 figures, you order 4, you could end up with 4, like say Luke Skywalker. You're not going to be guaranteed to get one of each, right?
We need to get rid of these. There's plenty of them backing up.
Right? Yeah.
Because they still have the Mando wave in stock, at clearance. And I mean, if you bought 10 of them, are you guaranteed to get a Mando?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Frontline Hobbies in Newcastle. There's that town there, Newcastle. That's about 8 hours south of me. In the Frontline Hobbies. There you go. They're on the shelf. G.I. Joe's on the shelf.
So you just got to drive 8 hours, Mike. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
They order a Blue Way and they send you a Betamax. Yeah.
They're sorted.
And they end up a different movie too. You'll end up with like, hey Adam, how you doing?
I wanted Star Wars and they sent me Spaceballs.
Yeah, exactly. Or or worse, you get like Romancing the Stone. Like what?
I'm just gonna have a little chocolate here. You got these in the UK? Fries, Turkish delights. Ooh. Fries.
Oh, I think I've seen some of the guys have that. Yeah, right. They got that in the UK, don't they?
Yeah, they got it in Australia.
I don't think we have them over here though. We have to get them special at a special store if we want that stuff. Mike, were you heavy into video games as a kid?
No, because I'm terrible at video games. If I was good at video games or any video game, I would probably go forward and play them. But yeah, it's something about I have this thing where my brain will be like, do this, but my hands can't do it fast enough. Or I have no ability in that way.
So even going all the way back to like Atari and Nintendo, like the first gen stuff, you just never got into it?
The best game I had on Atari XE3000 was Missile Command, and I was half decent at that. And my mum was proud that I got up to levels that she couldn't. She said, "Oh, look at him, he's up to level 10." It had like 150 levels. Something. I'm like, I got up at certain deep, yeah. And then my other brothers got video games around me, and they were playing Sonic the Hedgehog and that. And I'm like, I'll have a go, but I was never any good. I was always trash.
Yeah.
And I think the reason being, at school I was a runner. I was really fast at running, so my legs worked, but my hands didn't. It's very strange.
Wow.
It's like,
yeah.
Sega games were a lot more difficult than Nintendo games because I know, like Sonic the Hedgehog, I didn't enjoy playing those games because they were just too difficult.
Sonic was a hard one compared to like playing Mario because you had to have the speed right in order to make some of those jumps to get to the certain areas where you always knew Mario had a set way he jumped. It wasn't based on his speed so much.
But I was a Nintendo guy. I wasn't a Sega guy. Because there was a war between that back in the day.
Yeah, and I don't know, amongst my friends, I don't think we really saw it as a war. A lot of people just had both. We were like, well, if or your friend had one and you had the other, so you would take turns. You'd go to your friend's house one night, play all the Sega, then he'd come over and you'd play all the Nintendo. It wasn't like a war,
Oh, it was a war for us because I was in England at the time. And, we were riding skateboards, always fight with everybody. But yeah, if you had a Sega, you sucked. And if you had a Super Nintendo, you were cool. It was stupid, man. I don't know who I was hanging out with back then.
I even like the way you Americans say, you say Sega. Is that right? Sega.
Yeah, Sega.
Yeah.
Growing up as a kid in Australia, we said Sega. Completely different pronunciation of the same thing. We all say Sega.
On the commercial, they would always go Sega. So it's Sega. It's Sega. That's you got to go by all days.
We didn't get that. We might not have got that ad.
Yeah, would they? If the ad was in Australia, would have been Sega.
Sega.
Sega. Sega. But you don't have any now. Then. Do your kids play video games?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Do you have to buy them a Switch? Is that the deal? You got a Switch or?
You can probably see in the background. See the glowing little thing down here. That is the controllers. They're charging.
There's yeah.
Or they're charging, and the Switch. The Switch has got Goose Game, all the Mario games. That I don't even know their names. I tried to just throw money their way. That'll do. Dad's bought you that.
Just keep busy. Here you go.
Yeah, they played that. Brandon Apprentice Ewok. He was streaming a game yesterday on his channel called Fall Guys, and my daughters love that game. That's an easy game to play. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you enjoy watching them play, though? Do you enjoy watching them?
Until I have a little meltdown. Yeah.
But I mean, in general. But I mean, like in general, like if you can't play the game because your thumbs aren't doing what your brain's telling it to, but do you enjoy like seeing somebody else play it and being like, that looks really cool. I wish I could do that.
Yeah. And I try and tell my 8-year-old daughter when she's getting beat, I'm like, the people who are beating you, they're like 30 years old. They're not kids. You're not playing against kids. You're playing against grown-ups.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad that you're losing.
Well, in a little while, she'll be trouncing those adults because sometimes I get on a game like Fortnite or something and all the 12, 15-year-olds are just destroying me. You know what I mean? Like,
know what you mean.
there was like that one game I played. I think it was Darth Mark and Brandon at Apprentice Ewok. And we had a couple good rounds where we were, beating other guys and doing it. And then we got stuck in a game where there was this one group, like 2 or 3 guys. And I swear they had to be like 14 or 15 years old. They were just destroying us left and right. It was like
you were playing Red
Dead. We were in Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh.
But it was like we're all running around trying to talk to each other and organize. Let's go down this hallway. Let's try this door. Every door we opened up, they were there. Boom, 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 we're dead. And we're like, okay, let's try the other. Boom, 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 we're dead. Darn it! What if we? How can they be in every door all the time? They were listening in on our chats. Probably what's going on. They had a spy.
It's a spider behind you, Dave. Oh, that spider. Remember that spider? Did I share that spider with you?
No, what was the spider?
Oh, I'll bring that spider.
Hey, Josh.
There's one found.
This is the time, right? Everyone's coming on.
Everyone's coming on, yeah. Oh, my microphone's
really loud. Josh has joined us, and
I'll see if I'll bring it up for you, John. Let's close that one. Open that one.
Doom.
Open that one. Share the screen.
Doom.
Yeah, there's a spider found in North Queensland.
Oh, I think I've seen this picture. Yeah, it's terrifying.
It's a golden orb. I've seen spiders big, but not this big. This one takes the cake. Where's me screen? Oh, it's a Chrome tab. Of course it is. There it is. Share this screen. Let's see if that comes up for John to share onto the thing.
There it is, yeah.
There it is. This is the golden orb. They will bite you, but you won't die from this one. You probably get a bit sick, but yeah, there it is.
Oh, he's as big as your hat. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I've seen him probably half that size, but not that size. That's a giant one. Yeah. Golden orbs, they're called.
Oh my gosh.
It's one that'll bite you, but you won't die. You won't die. Yeah, the smaller ones, funny enough, the redbacks, you can die from getting bitten by them. But yeah. Massive.
Oh my god, that is a big spider. Wow. Do they make webs? Do they make webs?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So are they sitting in a web? Like when you're walking down a trail, you just see this big web with this giant spider in it?
Usually you don't see the spider in the web. You'll walk along and you won't even see the web, and it'll hit you up the face, and you'll be like, oh, trying to pull it off, and then it'll come out of the tree and like, oh, I'm coming for you. But then it'll notice as a human, it'll probably run away again. Yeah. If you're like a little tiny insect or something and you flew into it, it just comes straight onto the web. Boop, gotcha. Yeah. But once it knows it's a human, it might feel the predator's a bit big for him, so it'll back off.
That's crazy. Because we don't have anything that big, I don't think. But we have these things called like banana orb spiders, and they're like yellow and black stripes, and they kind of look that shape, but they're nowhere near that big. They're like maybe half that size, but they look monstrous, and they sit in the middle of their web. So you'll be walking down a trail, you'll see a big web, and the spider's in the middle of it. So if you're not paying attention, you smack into it with your face, you've got this big ass spider on your face, and you're like, ah, crap. But they're not harmful. They don't bite you or nothing. They just look bad and scare the crap out of you, But yeah. The
spider in the capital of the world, right? Yes.
Well, it's actually, isn't it the capital of all the things that want to kill you? Because don't you have spiders and scorpions and snakes and little gnats and children? Everything's poisonous and they just want to kill you, right?
With the world's 10 deadliest snakes, Australia has 9 out of the 10. We don't have the Indian cobra. That belongs to
9
India.
out of 10.
We have 9 out of 10. And with the spiders, I think we have, out of the 5 deadliest, we have the 5, I think. Yeah.
Who's holding it? Yeah. Why are they holding it?
Yeah.
I've got a feeling the guy walked into the spider web, and you can see a bit of the spider web on his hat, and he's used the hat to knock the spider web down, and the spider got on the hat, and he's probably just held it, and his mate said, oh, take a photo while you're here, quick. Don't forget the great white shark.
Yeah. Yeah, you have great whites off your coast, right?
But do we ever? Yeah.
They're almost everywhere, though. I mean, we had great whites in the Pacific Northwest. We had there's great whites off Africa, off South America. I mean, they're all over the place.
Kills only if stranded without help in the wilderness, right? Redback. I think it was a Vintage Toy Rush. He asked a question before. I was going to answer. I missed where it was.
Let me see if I can find it.
We had up on the screen. Oh, yeah. Does Mike know the Last Gamer channel? And does he live anywhere near him? I'm aware of the Last Gamer. That guy has more video games than anyone I've ever seen in the world. I think he's got the Guinness World Records.
Wow.
He's got every kind of game, Japanese games, Atari, right up to the modern day stuff. And his house is just extension on extension on extension of just filling it full of video games, wall to wall.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll have to check his channel out then. That's kind of cool.
I think he lives way down south. He lives a few hours south of me. The koala bears look friendly. Don't trust them. No, koala bears can scratch it. They're little buggers. We like when celebrities come to Australia back in the day, you'd be like, oh, they're going out to see a koala bear. And the koala bear, oh, there's a cute bear. And the claws on the bear's like.
Wow.
Then we know as like Australians, we know, oh, they'll scratch you if you taunt them. And then, the celebrity will be like, oh, I've got a cute koala bear. And the claws on it is vicious as.
Wow.
Get in my house, but I can't say why. But one of them walks straight into an orb spiders. But it's so funny to see this couple running around. Darth Muzzer, he's an Aussie. Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. He'll be there. Oh,
no. Don't. Well, guys, we're getting a little bit past that time, and I kind of wanted to stay. I wanted to stay longer because you came on a little later, Mike. So.
I'm sorry about my
tardiness. Oh, don't worry about it. These things happen because what's going to happen is like the UK is going to switch like next week or the end of March. I don't know. And then we're going to go back to like 5 hours difference. And you know what I mean? So it's like the hours difference keep changing for us whenever we do these.
We're switching in next week as well. Same time the UK does.
Okay.
Our time goes different.
Yeah, here in Arizona, we don't change time at all, and I have panicking this weekend.
Yeah, you guys don't change at all, so it's like you're half the year you're with us, and the other half your hours different. Yeah, it's like what's going on, Yeah.
So being Arizona, you're on Mountain Time, is that correct, Sean? Mountain time.
Right now, I think we're the same as California, so it's Pacific, but I think they call it Mountain. I'm not even sure, man. But I think it is Mountain Time. I always
look at the clock
every single time. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, James Torka. Mouse plague? What?
Any of the mouse plague in Australia? At the moment, it's raining. I think it's spider plague time. Yeah, spider out a lot when it's raining. A lot. Just the little ones. Just the ones about that big.
Do all the worms come out when it rains like it does here? Hey, Vinny's here too. Hey, Vinny.
No, ants and spiders.
Ants and spiders for you guys, yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember in New York when we grew up, like you could go out after a big rainstorm and collect all the worms so you could take them to go fishing, because they'd come crawling out.
In my mind, I always think New York City's just concrete. There's no grass.
Well, I was in upstate New York, not in the city proper.
Oh, you're in the fancy part. Oh, the nice bit.
Yeah. We had a farm.
Lots of black widows here. And scorpion spiders. They're like massive see-through spiders with like scorpion tails on them. Just
they're
horrific looking things.
And do you guys have that wasp out there too? Where we've been starting to get Florida's been starting to be infested with that wasp. The big freaking black hunter or night stalker, night hunter or something that.
Give it a good name.
I'm not sure.
I know, like what I wish I knew the name, but I'm ruining the story because I don't know the name. But it's like
no idea.
Yeah,
Paul's Collectibles.
They won't kill you, but
it's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
They won't kill you if they bite you, but they knock a punch out of you. You're just it's like getting punched or shot with a bullet or something.
Yeah, there's another one here, like a violin spider that paralyzes you. I'm not sure which one. The recluse, those brown recluses.
Oh yes, brown recluse. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But nothing like what Mike showed. That is terrifying. If I seen that.
Crazy spider. Yeah. Wow. All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks to everybody in the chat, wherever the chat
thank
shows
you,
up
everybody.
you
Thanks
guys.
for having me, John.
Yeah.
Over that way.
And thanks for coming on, Mike. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Thank you, Sean.
And
you're going to be what every Monday? Every Monday you're doing this, John?
Well, originally I was going to do like every other Monday, and then it got to like 3 Mondays in a month, and then I asked a few people. And I didn't expect to get everybody to say, yeah, let's do that. And then everybody did say yes. So now it's going to be basically every Monday because I had so many people that wanted to come on. You know, I really expected a few people to be like, I can't do it, I'm busy or whatever. But everybody said yes. So I was like, all right, well, then I'll fit everybody in. So it's going to be every Monday. Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And Tuesday morning for Australia.
There you go. Yep. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for coming on. Thanks to everybody in the chat. I really appreciate you guys coming. And John, thanks for the John Joker. Yay. He gave me a super chat,
John.
Mike.
$20.
He gave me a super chat, Mike. Yeah. So.
Oh, awesome.
Hooray. Thanks, John. I really appreciate that. I really, really do.
All right. I'll see you guys on Twitter.
Bye-bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.